Hey guys, I am just getting a couple of last minute things set up here, so please bear with me. My computer crashed 3 minutes ago, so I'm just having to reset up a couple things here. Give me 1 second. It's kind of funny. I actually mentioned to someone today that I try to make an attempt to be punctual. Oops. And then of course I'm not. I didn't. I messed it up. Okay. So good. That's saved. Glad for that. All right. Put that over there. And there we go. There are some spots, Jacob. Jacob, man. Hey, I need to show you something, dude. I don't know how to get a hold of you after the last break. I got this stuff to send to you. It's sitting here waiting for you. I got packs to send to you, Jacob. So, I need to move my mic over so I can talk. So, Jacob and Chris also. Yeah, I'm calling this birthday break because this is my birthday week. And that is a 10% off code. It's going to be good through this break. Maybe longer. I don't know. I might take it off right after the break. We'll see. Hey, Carrie. So, yes. So there are two teams available right now. There is the Mariners. They're actually in this list here. So there's the Mariners at whatever I said I would take for those, and the Braves. And actually, I will lower it. 25 shipped for the Mariners and 40 shipped for the Braves, if anyone wants to pick those up right now. Here, let me put in my Jacob, do you want the Mariners or the Braves or both? It looks like Chris H was also interested. Hi, Muncie Lucas. Chris takes the Mariners. Jacob, you want the Braves? Oh, Carrie got the Braves before you said anything, Jacob. I'll make sure you get something, though. So, Jacob, are you on Twitter? If you get on Twitter and send me your address, I'll make sure and send these packs out to you at the very least. Here, let me get you guys my... Hey, Jacob, there's also teams available on card-warehouse.com. The URL's at the top of the screen there. And the code at the bottom of the screen will get you 10% off the teams for a half case of Finest that we're gonna break. So if you wanna hit up the website, and there's a bunch of teams available there, you can pick a team out there if you want for Finest. Not just Jacob, anyone can. So I'm trying to sell some boxes and some team spots in that Finest half case break. So use that code birthday break to get 10% off. Here, I'm going to give you guys my paypal.me/CWBreaks. So, Carrie and Chris. Yeah, Chris, that's good. I just need to make a note real quick of what I told you guys for pricing. Carrie, you said you want the Braves. I guess if Jacob wants to take it from you and you want to let him have it, we can get that organized right before the break. I had a notepad here. So, Chris, that's fine when you get to your destination. Are you driving, Chris? Stop chatting while you're driving. Worry about it. Worry about it later. You got the Mariners, Chris. You can worry about it later. So Carrie and Jacob. I don't know if Jacob's watching right now. He might be looking through teams on the site. We'll give a couple minutes for you guys to figure that out. As long as it's figured out before we break the first pack open, that's cool. And I need a notepad. There we go. Feels so disorganized today. See more people joining the chat or joining the stream. So for those joining, we're just getting a little bit organized. Computer crashed right before the break, which has never happened during a break, and hopefully it won't. So I'm actually pretty glad that it happened before the break because I got a fresh reboot. So Braves, we said $40 shipped. And okay. Either way, I mean, Carrie, you said you wanted it first. That should be fine. I think Jacob was just going to buy a team so I'd have his address anyway. So if you want the Braves, that's cool. And then Chris has Mariners for 25. Okay, cool. All right, we'll give you a second, Carrie. So for those joining, this is the 2019 Topps Series 2 12-box case break. Let me get closer to the microphone. I'm sorry here. Turn my monitor so I can see what I'm doing. And we'll get started in just a second. Just want to be able to actually see the chat. Oh, and there's one thing I forgot to do, so give me 1 second here. Yeah, don't get worried if something comes up on the screen and it looks weird. It's just we'll do a quick test. All right. There we go. Okay, so cool, Jacob. Awesome. So I can send your packs with the Mets then when we break it if you're okay waiting for that. Hey Yankees, there are no open spots, but there are boxes available on the site, and there's open spots in the finest 2019 finest half case break. There are some open teams there I'm trying to fill. Thanks, Carrie. All right, so I'm gonna paste a URL here for you guys. There's a bunch of variations. I'm not going to catch them all, but if one or two of you is looking at that webpage, you might be able to pick up on variations that I might miss. For those not looking at the chat, it looks like... Why is the web browser not coming up? Oh well. I'm not going to pull it up right now. We're already running a little bit behind. And this is a 4,000 card break, so it's going to take a little while. So we'll get started in a second here. Just catching up on chat real quick. All right, so we have... Let me fill in a couple of spots here. So we have Carrie with the Braves. And Chris has Mariners. Cool. Let me save that before I forget. Okay. I know the team names and everything are small. Hopefully you can read it. I'm going to adjust that at some point. All right. Yeah, the code on the back is not easier when you're going through them and just looking at the middle card, because I have to flip it over and then get my magnifying glass out. I can't read it, so it would slow me down. Granted, when I do sort through the cards, I always catch the variations anyway. So it's not like I'm going to just have a variation mixed in with all your commons when they ship. When the cards ship, your variation will be will be, if you have a variation, it'll be in a top loader. Okay, so I think we're good. I think we have more people watching right now than we normally ever do, so that's a nice sign. So for those watching, I know we've got some new names and we've got some existing names. I promise that there will be prizes, so let me talk about that real quick first. And I'm actually going to show that the box is sealed while I'm talking about it. So the first thing to note is at the bottom of the screen, you'll see a coupon code. It says Birthday Break. And at the top of the screen, it says www.cardwarehouse.com. And it actually says coupon code again. Great. So I'm not going to fix that now. It's not going to hurt our break. I'll fix it later. So you can see that's all sealed. We'll open this up in a second. So I point out the coupon code because the first thing that we're doing is we're going to have 10% off during this break, anything in the store. So, and I'll leave it up for a few minutes after. We do have a few boxes of 2019 Topps Finest available. I think there's 2 or 3 boxes left maybe. 1 box of Pro Debut, 2019 Topps Pro Debut. And I'll tell you, I think those are I think those were hot cases because, yeah, I agree, Carrie. Can't read anything anymore. I think those were hot cases because they were, the odds of the 1 of 1 autographs that I pulled were 1 in about 61, I think 61 cases. Oh, man. Splashing boxes, sorry. And I pulled 1 out of each case. So, I don't know what that means. Maybe it means nothing. Except that I'm pretty lucky. Even though I didn't get to keep them both. Alright, so good. You can see all that. So the Pro Debut, with my distributor, prices went up on actually I think all of these, but I don't raise the prices. I'm not trying to make a lot of money on the boxes. I just want to. I only buy the second case so I can make boxes available a little bit cheaper than other places. So I didn't raise the prices on any of these boxes. So these, for example, you can get for $45 to $55. Whoops, sorry about the camera. Bumped it. You can get these for $45 to $55 on the site. And the variation is just if you want me to open it up and only ship. You don't want any of the base cards, and it's a little cheaper. And then I have some base cards which I can donate somewhere. And believe me, I cannot keep them. I don't have any room anymore. I had to go buy more 5,000 count boxes twice this month. So because I've started opening a box for myself of each of these. So anyway, we have 12 boxes of these. All the teams are locked in. If you're looking for a break to get into, we have half case of 2019 Topps Finest that is on the website, and in the next 2 hours here you can use that birthday break code and get 10% off. And then we have upcoming, and I just have to find time to list it on the site. We have Leaf 2019 Leaf autograph bats. They are 4 bats to a case, and I bought 3 cases, and those should be here this weekend probably. So I got to get that set up and sell some spots. If you're interested, let me know. I don't even know what the prices are yet, so we'll figure it out. But I'm thinking it's probably going to be somewhere in the range. And honestly, I'm just trying to break even on the bats. I'm not trying to really make a whole lot of money or anything. I just thought they would be fun to open. But so they're probably going to be in the range of like, I don't know, my math could be way off. I think it's probably going to be around $50 a spot if we do random team spots. Otherwise, what we'll have to do is, if it's not random team spots, then we'll do pick your team, and then I really just have to figure out the pricing. I don't know if there's a checklist for those yet, so I'll have to figure that out. Anyway, so let's dive in. I did do a 2-box personal break of this stuff earlier today, where I actually took time spent the time and went through all the inserts. A lot of these are the same as Series 1, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over the base card or the inserts. Feel free to look at that other video if you want to see that. Really, I'm just going to be looking for the just calling out these inserts. I'm not going to spend a lot of time staring at them. I'll just call them out here. So you can see this one's for the Twins. And then, you know, obviously looking for the hits and stuff too. So that way we can get through this pretty quickly. Looking for Ozzy Albies. All right. Trying to remember what I pulled from my box. Astudillo Auto to 25 is what I pulled from one of my boxes. And a, who was it? I had a medallion to 50 also. Michael Wacha for St. Louis. Then we have a throwback Ted Williams. I like those. It's a iconic card. For Red Sox. Hey, new people. I see a lot of people joining. So for those joining, I'll mention it. I know some of you are going to get sick of it over the next couple hours, but it's coupon code at the bottom and a URL at the top. If you put the two together, you get 10% off of whatever you buy there. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Boxes, case breaks. Well, actually, there's only like a half case break right now up on the site. So Stan Musial 150. These are new, the faces of the franchise. That one's Brewers. So that coupon code will only be good for a couple of hours. Jacob, Austin Riley in this set, I think there is. And if you're asking about the website, there definitely is. I'm pretty sure I have some Austin Riley available on the website. Some tops now at just over half the price tops charged for them. Rowdy Tellez for the Blue Jays. 84 throwback design. Bunch of base. And actually the next box I'm debating, depending on how long this one takes, I might actually open all the packs at once. Because that turned out to be faster last time. With, I think it was Pro Debut. So we have Francisco Mejia for San Diego Padres. Gold. And I'm going to set those over there actually. Home Run Challenge Shohei Ohtani for the Angels. The Angels will get that card. Yeah, in Series 2, I don't know. You'd have to look at the checklist. I think I want to say I saw Austin Riley, but I also got an Austin Riley card in the mail today, so I could be just thinking about that. Nothing yet, Zane. There's a Masahiro Tanaka. There's a lot of these names that are going to be new to me, to be honest. For New York, foil, rainbow foil, and then there's Chicago White Sox 150 years card. Zane, the only thing that you really missed was just, I was talking about the coupon code at the bottom. Matches up with the site at the top and you can get discounts. I'm trying to clear out some boxes and pay some bills. I would love to hold product for months and see if it goes up, but really I'm not trying to profit on the product. I'm just trying to resell it. So Manny Machado for the Dodgers. This is also a new card in Series 2. Significant statistics. And then also that code is only good for a couple of hours. Basically through this break, and then it might not be good after that. So I'm trying to limit the time on it so I can convince people to go buy stuff. Because it'll help me figure out what I need to order. DJ Stewart for the Orioles, 84 design. Any of the any inserts or hits are going to be in the middle of the pack, so we'll get through these pretty quickly by just skipping to the middle, essentially. This one, I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Let's see. People have mentioned this on Twitter. You can kind of see that bent card there. Yeah, it looks a little worse in person, honestly. Normally, you might hear me say it doesn't look as bad in person, but it looks worse in person. That's a powerful pair for New York. So, some of the base cards are probably not worth trying to reach out to Topps and get them replaced. It's up to you, though. So, I'll reach out to people and ask them. I had a card that was numbered 50 out of 50, a really nice one that had some damage to it. Luckily, that base card seems to have protected this Alex Bregman to 25. Red variation. That is for Houston. Congrats, Houston. Oh, sorry, not 25, 50. But that does remind me. So I talked about in Twitter, I mentioned, which is maybe why we have more people here than normal. I did mention that we would have some prizes. And some of you who have been in these breaks before, I know Jacob knows for sure, are familiar with the guessing the next hit. There's Johnny Bench All-Star. The All-Stars are new for Series 2 also. So that's going to be, Reds, I think? Yeah, Reds. Wow, got my trivia right. So let's kick that off. And Jacob, please give someone else a chance to win. Although you're still allowed to guess. Just don't be as lucky. So the way this works for anyone new is throw out any name. Carrie says Ozzy Albies because she's rooting for that. So throw out any name. If we pull a hit from the name, so I'm saying any of the medallion cards or autographs, or we pull out something that is numbered 25 or less of that player, then you're going to win some free packs or like a jersey or autograph card or something like that. So we will figure that out when you win. It's actually a little harder than it sounds, but Jacob will tell you that I'm lying because he won 3 times in the last break, I think. So here's the deal, guys. There is seemingly no insert or hit in this. And I thought that with one of my packs in my personal box. And then when I went through, I set that one aside like I'm doing now with this one. I'm going to set it over here. When I went through that pack later, it did have a variation in it. So there's probably a variation in that. We can look at it later. I don't want to stop the flow of things to go through that. So we've got a couple more guesses. Yeah, Jacob absolutely sweeped it. I felt bad for anyone else because he took over. I think you won 3 times, Jacob. Anyway, there's a Tris Speaker for the Red Sox. So we got, I need to make sure I'm paying attention. We got Albies, Altuve, Gwynn, and Rizzo. All right, that's what we're looking for. Pull that one out backwards. Kikuchi, he has a variation in this set, but that's not it because I checked earlier. We got All-Star Will Clark. Some of the SSPs we're gonna know right away because if we hit one, I didn't get any out of my boxes because it'll be, for example, a base card of Will Clark. That's a super short print variation of another active player. And Will Clark is just the variation that happens to be 3-0, yeah. So far, I mean, you got a bunch of challengers here today. So we got Pee Wee Reese 150 for the Dodgers. Got a blender going in the background because my dogs are spoiled and they get their dinner made for them every night from scratch for their diet. We have a gold Steve Pearce for the Red Sox. And those are numbered to 2019. I think we're going a little over the 10-minute mark for this first box, but we're still doing okay. because I get busy chatting and I don't go as fast sometimes. So here's a 150 stamp Windy City Warriors. That's for the Cubs. I'm really I'm torn. I want to root for a good hit for the people who bought spots early, but I also want to root for a good hit for Kerry and or Chris for coming in at the last second and cleaning up those last two spots. I appreciate that. Otherwise, I got to find more space in my, or actually go buy more 5,000 count boxes to hold these cards. So there's a Kevin Kiermaier, 150 for Tampa Bay Rays. Lots of rookie and future star cards in here. Last spot mojo. I mean, maybe. There's definitely some new guy mojo happening, so we might see well, I don't know if Diamondbacks, I don't know if that spot is new to breaking at all or if he's new just to breaking with us. There's Corbin Burns 84 design. But you might see a Diamondbacks hit for some new guy mojo. There was other stuff I wanted. I mentioned some stuff in my personal box break that I'll go over. There's plenty of time. I won't flood you guys with advertising. Pirates, Nick Birdie, 84. But we do have, for people interested, I'll bother you guys with it right now. For people who are interested in football, I have some pretty sick football cards and rookies on eBay right now. Some of them are over $200 already. There's the first hit out of this box. First real hit, Paul Goldschmidt. We didn't have a Goldschmidt guess. Game used bat for Paul Goldschmidt for the St. Louis Cardinals. That is, well, at most a 130. I didn't think I was going to need the 130s. I'm glad I got them out. I might need more of them now. There's Paul Goldschmidt. So I don't know if that focused. I wasn't paying attention last time. There we go. Game used bat. First hit. Yep, ex-D-back. For the Cardinals, though. So not quite a D-back hit. Cool. Congrats, Cardinals. Set that over there. I do have a 5,000 count box sitting here ready for moving these stacks over so they don't get too high. Ted Williams, Mookie Betts, David Ortiz for the Red Sox. Faces of the franchise. So, for those who are in the chat, I'd love any ideas of other things to do to get people chatting, give prizes away. I know we're going to do some guesses. Yeah, all cards ship for sure. Unless you don't want them. If you don't want your base, let me know. And it makes it easier for me, and I'll do free shipping if you only want hits. And I think it was like half shipping, I said, which means I would just refund you part of it. If you want all the inserts and hits, then it would be half shipping. This is new to Series 2 also. Gary V's Top Entrepreneurs. Gary V is a kind of a marketing expert, really, who I actually knew him from hearing his name through the affiliate marketing world when I was doing that for a while. Anyway, Alex Bregman for the Astros on that one. But he's been going heavy on sports cards lately, really getting into it. So it kind of surprised me to see that subset in here, but it doesn't totally surprise me, I guess. But yeah, Zane, we'll ship out all the cards unless you don't want them. If you don't want the base, let me know and we'll get them donated to, like, what's it called, Cardma cards or whatever. There's Tucker Barnhart for the Reds. And that's to 2019. All of the anything numbered is definitely getting sleeved. I usually sleeve up all the inserts and stuff too. I just don't want to do it during the break because it takes too much time. But I am pretty careful to not let things splash. There's another guy who was on the Diamondbacks, Randy Johnson. He was a D-back when I was in Arizona, when I lived there. It's an iconic. But this one's Expos, so it's going to Nationals. There's another gold. We got Eduardo Nunez for the Red Sox. Gold to 1999. Out of 2 boxes, I think I came out with 2 Eloys. So we're in a box 2. That one took about 15 minutes, so a little bit longer than I want to for these. I estimate about 2 to 2.5 hours for this break. I'm trying to keep it at the low end of that, but we'll see. I usually go over, if we're being honest. Mike Soroka. Okay. So, Lucas, just to be clear, you don't get the hit, but you'll get a pack or something if you guess the hit. The hits belong to whoever bought the team. If you guess it and it's your team, then you get the hit, of course. But I need to move these back a little bit. So we got Soroka too. So if we get a hit, make sure you're sticking around so that you can call it out, because I'll have a hard time remembering everyone's guesses. There's a Ralph Kiner for the Pirates. So let's see. It's I got 7:33 on my clock. Let's see how long this box takes. Box 2 for those just joining. And again, for those just joining, the if you match up the birthday break coupon code at the bottom with the URL at the top of the screen, you will get 10% off of anything you buy in the next couple hours here. Cincinnati Reds stadium card. So, take a minute, go buy a spot in the half case of 2019 Finest. Go buy a box of Finest or a box of this stuff. All the prices are staying as low as they were when I bought them. When I bought the cases, even though they have risen everywhere else. John Edwards is a rainbow foil for the Indians. Francisco Lindor for the Indians. 2 Indians right in a row there. And also for those just joining, people are shouting out names because if you guess the name of the next hit we get before we get it, then you will get a jersey or an auto or some. Well, here's a hit here. Jersey or an auto or free packs or something. We'll get something sent out to you. Here's Hunter Pence for the Rangers. Gary V's Top Entrepreneurs. And JD Martinez for the Red Sox. I don't think anyone said JD Martinez. Call me a liar if I'm wrong. Or just say I'm wrong. So that's a nice jersey. Congrats, Red Sox. Get that put away. I definitely, if we keep getting bats and jerseys. In fact, I'm going to do it right now. Conspire against me. I'll be 1 second. All right, I'm back. I didn't give you guys enough time. Sorry. I know I'm going to need these 130s, so I'm just getting another case of them out. Okay. I feel bad because I could not find a 10,000 count case of penny sleeves from Ultra Pro for a good price anywhere, for like a dealer price that I'm looking for. There's a Henry Lou Gehrig. Forget what team he was for. Yankees, of course. So now I have thousands of I have about 14,000 penny sleeves, but they're all BCW because that's all I could get a deal on. This is a reverse stock for New York. These are numbered to 99. Juris Familia. This one's 20 out of 99. You can tell before you even look at the card because the back of the card feels a little more coarse. So that's a nice hit. I got one out of my 2 boxes. You probably see maybe a few of these out of a case, I think. What was I talking about? Did Schilling sign back in the day? I don't know. I feel like I could have seen some Schilling stuff, but anyway. I lost my train of thought completely. 100% lost my train of thought, what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, so I have a ton of these BCW, and honestly, like, the penny sleeves, I could kind of go either way, to be honest. I should be saying, because I heard from Ultra Pro today, I should be saying I love Ultra Pro more, but I'm going to be honest. There's a Pat Valleca for the Rockies, gold. The BCW sleeves are good, too. There's another bent corner on a Cleveland Indians base card. Again, I don't really think it's worth sending in a base card of whoever to Topps, but if we get a big hit, I'll help you facilitate that. Or I can send it in for you. I have one out to Panini right now that I had to send in that was damaged. Javi Baez, All-Star for the Cubs. So anyway, I did hear back from Ultra Pro. They're going to send me a breaker mat. You know how real breakers, not like me, I've only been here a few months or whatever. I'm just kidding. You know how a lot of the breakers have their breaker mats and they say Ultra Pro and stuff all over. I bought this one. But this one, I don't know if it's as good of quality. So I definitely want to get the one that Ultra Pro is going to send out to me with my logo on it. Because I'm hoping that it's better quality. There's a 150 strike oppose dynamic duo for the Braves. Silence carries. So I'm gonna actually now that I'm on their radar, I should probably just ask them if I can buy some, 10,000 sleeve cases directly from them. So the team uniform evolution, this one's Reds. Both players are Reds. You got Joey Votto on the back. I don't know if any of these are multi-team. If there are, we'll figure that out, how to distribute that properly. But so far, the only ones I've seen, I only had one out of my 2 boxes, and that's the only one I've seen so far here. We'll probably come across a handful of them, and hopefully they are the same team on front and back. There's another Faces of the Franchise, although this one is blue. I'm pretty sure that is a variation for the Twins. I'll have to look that up. I honestly haven't not had a whole lot of time to go through the checklist for this stuff, so I'm going to be horribly ignorant to a few of the things in here. But at least, it's pretty easy to spot hits and stuff. There's Chris Sale for the Red Sox. This is a Topps 35th anniversary stamp on these. They're a little over halfway through box 2. There's another gold. Ooh, let's pronounce this name. This will be fun. Jeff Samardzija. I think I got pretty close. Yeah, 01 and 031, 032, I know are the variations. There's George Springer. The problem is you have to look at the back of it and really, that George Springer is for Houston. You have to look at the back and be able to read the code. So I'm going to have to get out a magnifying glass each time to read that code. What I usually do is when I go through and sort, they become really, really obvious. Samardzija. Man, I butchered that. Samardzija. Seems obvious now that I look at it. Some of them I know what they look like. I know what his variation looks like because I have it, his short print. So some of them I might recognize just because I did look at the... I did skim the list a little bit, but some I might not. Like I know the Kikuchi, if there's a short print that we come across, it's not going to look like that. That's not the short print, for example. And then, like I said about some of them, like if we come across a Robin Yount base, I don't know. I don't think there's a Yount short print, but like a Will Clark base, then that's going to obviously be a short print. A super short print, actually. That was Brewers. We're doing about the same time-wise on this, so we're... At this rate, we are going to run over 2 hours unless I get a little faster. But there's a Pat Valaika again. This one's the 150 years stamp for the Rockies. Let me speed that process up a little at least. Okay. Thanks, Jacob. I don't know if you're looking at the thing, trying to see if any of these I come across are short prints. No, it's kind of hard to see them when I flash them by real quick, but there's a Jason Castro gold for the Twins. But if there was a short print, it would be like this card, for example. It would probably be like the next one after the gold card or after the insert. Or potentially right before it. Pretty sure that one's not, because I have 2 or 3 of those, I think. San Francisco Giants, holofoil stadium card, and I know the Syndergaard's not either, because I remember thinking to myself, Syndergaard with a bat is a variation. There's a Adam Simber for the Indians, 35th anniversary. Oh, well, Jacob, if you study the link I provided at the beginning of the break, that actually has photos of a lot of them. Yeah, the hit's probably the same number of cards. So there's Gary V's Marcus Stroman for the Blue Jays. So what I was trying to do is get a good look at what a lot of the cards look like, the variations, but it's hard to remember all of them. That's the problem. And the code is the surefire way of knowing also, but I can't stop and read every single code along the way. It would take too long. There's a Bryce Harper. I did not get one of these out of my 2 boxes, but I got them. We saw these in Series 1. These are the, oh no, wait, sorry. I didn't get any of the Bryce Harpers. The design threw me off. That's just an iconic, but that's for the Nationals. Like this Ortiz, I don't think the Ortiz is, that you can even read it. Yeah, that's a 962. It's almost impossible to read it. Wait, you said 961. Where's my magnifying glass? That's not an 032, I'm sure of that, but I'll look. No, it's 962. I think you got it wrong, Jacob. I think they're 962. The base are, anyway. So, I told you guys, I'll maybe only mention it once, really. I think 1 or 2 of you are already aware of it. I do breaks with Midwest box breaks. There's Kansas City Royals stadium card, gold. So, obviously I like that you guys come and break with me, but I also, they do a lot of stuff that I don't break. And Ben does a ton of breaks. So I do breaks with them. Well, he's celebrating a year of doing breaks. I'm a few months in so far, and I'm not even trying to be like doing it every day or anything like he is. It's Tony Perez for the Reds, 150 years. So I mention it because they're doing like a big anniversary thing right now. 1 year anniversary is next week, 21st. So they're doing like an anniversary party. They're doing a bunch of breaks. I think they're already selling some of the spots and some of the party breaks right now on MidwestBoxBreaks.com. But part of it is they're giving away a bunch of prizes. You know how I love giving stuff away. So I donated 4 $25 gift cards, or gift coupons, I guess, to my website. So that is just something to keep in mind. If you want to get discounts on my breaks, you can actually win them through Midwest Box Breaks. Or, you can use them towards boxes or whatever here. Reggie Jackson for the A's. So go celebrate with them next week. Check out what they're doing. Ben and the whole group over there are pretty good guys generally. Every once in a while you get someone who's a little sassy or whatever, but they're pretty good otherwise. Max Scherzer. So this is the one that I got in my box, but I got the gold 50 out of 50. And the corner is just a little bit dinged, but it's enough that I don't want to sell it that way. Anyway, that's for Nationals, whoever has Nationals. Yeah, Jacob, they're doing a lot of stuff right now. If you're going to get in a break, probably this week would be a good time to get in a break with them. I know they're filling some stuff right now. There's Ozzie Albies future star. Wellington Castillo. Why do I feel like something weird about this card? I said I wasn't going to stop, and here I am stopping. Nope, it's a normal card. Look what you did to me, Jacob. The Discord is a little exclusive. There's Sean Newcomb foil for the Braves for Carey. And for the Cubs, Victor Caratini, 150. It's kind of the point of the Discord. Boxer signed photo, cool. Kind of the point of the Discord, the way I take it anyway, is it's more of a close-knit group. It's not so much that it's exclusive, like, oh, you're not allowed in, you can't break with us. It's more that it's people that are kind of in a trusted circle. Like, you can rely on these people, right? So people get invited into Discord, into the group, because they've already kind of shown through other breaks and Twitter and wherever else that they're there about the hobby. They're kind of giving back. They do random acts of kindness, help other people out. Not everyone in there has to do that to get in that group, I don't think. There's Dennis Eckersley for the Indians. But that's kind of the takeaway I have from it, right? I need to move some of these cards while I'm talking about this. And we're running still a little slow, but so anyway, that's my takeaway. And so far, being in there for 2 or 3 months or whatever it's been so far, it still feels like that to me. Like it's a group of guys and gals who look out for each other. If I know that you like the Indians and I've got an Indians hit that I'm not going to get much for, then I'll maybe say, hey, Ben, send that to this other person, right? I did that with, I was in a break, I think a 3-boxer, where I had, who did I have? It doesn't matter. I think I had the Royals. And I said, I don't want all the Royals, the base cards and inserts. I don't even care about the inserts really from that break. So I said, just give all my Royals cards to this other person. And they can enjoy it. I don't have to worry about it being shipped to me or anything like that. It's just, I think it's better for everyone all around. So it's that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's exclusive in that you kind of have to be invited into it. But the reason is not like turning your nose up at people exclusive. It's more about having a good place for people who give back to the hobby to go hang out. So anyway, I'll stop advertising for Ben. I want you guys to break with me. I'm just kidding. I don't really care. As long as I sell some spots enough to make my money back on what I paid, I'm good. Like I've said in previous breaks, I don't do this necessarily. It's nice when I make a couple bucks, but I do this because I enjoy it. I have fun with it. There's Austin Barnes for the Dodgers to 1999. I talked too much about Midwest box breaks. A couple people left. Tony Gwynn for the Padres, 150. Greatest players. Astudillo, that is not a short print. That's one that I know for a fact because I've seen 17 of them. I paid attention because I got the autograph, Astudillo. And I was like, oh, be a short print, and it's not. So there's the Vladdy. No, that is not the short print. I couldn't remember if that was the short print or not. Not the short print. But I am curious. This one didn't have... Maybe we do have a short print in this one. I don't know. Pretty sure that one's not... If it would be anywhere, it would be maybe right behind the Vladimir. But I am not... I don't think the Max Muncy is. Nope. All right, I'll set this one aside. I'll figure that out later. What I'll do for these packs I set aside is just double check before I go through the sorting process and see if one of the cards in the middle is, so I'm not manhandling it too much before I realize it's a short print. There's Brandon Lowe for the Rays. All Vladdies are short prints? Well, I set it aside anyway. Yeah, so I had heard... Yeah, that's probably true, Jacob. I had heard they were short prints, but then I also heard that they were starting, like people were selling them for $75 a piece, and then a day later they were $50 a piece. So I ran across a couple in my box. So yeah, one every two boxes. Maybe that's about right because I ran into at least one. There's a Sandy Leon for the Red Sox, 150 stamped. I'm going really slow with this box. I'm gonna have to get a little quicker with these. There's Roger Maris for the Indians. Iconic. Syndergaard not with a bat, so not a short print. I hope I'm getting that right. I'm going to say it like 5 times and be wrong. Someone else I was thinking of, there was a short print with a bat. There's a foil Chance Sisco for the Orioles. And then greatest player is Bill Mazeroski for the Pirates. Yeah, I guess it is kind of SP. It's not SP numbered on the back. It was a 962 number on the back of it. Jeffrey Springs for the Rangers. 35th anniversary stamped. When I do sort these, I'm pretty careful to not mess with them. I have high regard for base cards, even if some people think they're trash and abuse them. I still like them, and so I'm always careful. And the bigger point is that they're not my cards. So I treat all these cards like they're not mine. And I'm always careful with them. There's a Jorge Alfaro for the Marlins. And Victor Robles, that is a short print I recognize. For the Nationals. So we got a short print for the Nats. I'm just going to triple check it. Yeah, that's a super short print. 031 is super or regular? I can't remember. Dogs, they're crazy. I don't remember if this is a super short print or just a short print, but it's definitely a short print. It is a 031. 031. I like that card too. Victor Robles. So congrats Nats on the short print. It's the second short print so far. We got one for the Mets, I think we had, and then one for the Nats. 31, so it's just a short print. There's a Kevin Kramer for the Pirates, 84 design. Oh my dogs. You'd think my wife's out there beating the dogs, but I know what they're doing. They're just yelling at each other because if one of them's playing and the other one doesn't want to play right now or has the toy that he wants, then they yell at each other. Andre Dawson for the Expos, 84 design, iconic. Steven Matz upside down, means nothing. So we're third box and we have two short prints. That's pretty good. Carlos Santana. I want to say that's definitely not a short print. Oh, there's a hit. Nice hit, too. Roger Clemens jersey. 84 design. Roger Clemens All-Star jersey. Well, it's not 84 design totally, but it's the All-Star insert jersey. Roger Clemens. Not numbered. But it's still a good hit for the Red Sox. I'm glad I got those 130s because I'm almost out already. Congrats, Red Sox. It does sounds like someone's crushing a Yorkie. I'm going to tell my wife that. She'll laugh. It's a decent hit for the Red Sox. This one feels, well, solid. Maybe not thicker, just solid. I mean, we just got our hit, so I'm not expecting another hit. There's a Brandon Morrow for the Cubs. 150 stamp. Manny Machado. I think I have 3 of those. Sounds like someone crushing it. My dogs sound like that a lot. You should hear it when the mailman comes. I thought they were going to kill him through the window just by barking. And it could have happened. If they would have kept it up, it's possible. He could have died of a heart attack. Ted Williams for the Red Sox. Iconic. I think we have less guesses than we have people in the room. So if anyone wants to throw out any guesses as to who the next hit will be, what player, shout it out. So there's a to 2019 Orioles Stadium Gold. There's a Bryce Harper. Something like that. I'm always going to stop and look. I'm pretty sure I saw this earlier and it was not. It's not. That's not a variation. Rod Carew. All right. I don't know if there's going to be hits of Rod Carew, but there could be a variation to 25 or less. We got Mullins. All right. Base Kikuchi. We got Edwin Diaz. Statistics for the Mariners. Alex Cobb. I got your Albie's guess. That your guess stands until you change your mind and throw out a different name. There's a Kikuchi 84 design blue. They're not numbered, unless I missed the numbering, but there you go, Chris. I don't know if you got to your destination if you're watching, Chris, but that's your blue Kikuchi. Jose Ramirez for the Indians, Gary V. Oh, okay. The manufactured relics. Yeah, I did get. I forget who it was. I forget who I pulled earlier. There's Brandon Woodruff for the Brewers, holofoil. Ray Black for the Giants, 35th anniversary 84 design. Sweet Victory for Boston in gold. And then a Kyle Schwarber home run challenge for the Cubs. Well, Zane, maybe we'll pull one of those. Let's see. I like these cards too. They're not short printed or anything. It's just fun. It's Shohei Ohtani gets hot. And it's got some Japanese where the name usually is. Where the last name usually is. Anyway, they're just fun. Not short printed, just a fun card. There's a Pete Alonso 150 stamp for New York. For the Mets, I should say. Okay, so let's do something fun. If you guess the player and it's numbered, and you guess what it's numbered to, which should be fairly easy if you want to try for like 99 or less or whatever. I mean 25 or less. If you get the numbering and the player right, I will throw in... If you get both sides of the number right, I'll throw in a box. A whole box of this. So if you're not changing the name you're guessing, just throw out a serial number like 5 of 10 or whatever. And if you get the player and the serial number right on the same hit, on any hit in this case, if you're a match, then I'll save you a box. And if I don't have any boxes left because people are buying them off the site right now, there's Manny Machado for the Orioles, then I will go buy you a box. Albies 24 out of 25. Mullins. So, Jacob, you got to have both sides of the number. 75 out of 75? Or 75 out of 99? Or what's your guess? I want someone to win a box. Please, guys. Guess so I can give a box away. That'd be awesome. Corey Knebel for the Brewers foil. Dave Winfield. So this is going to be a short print. This is what I was talking about. This is the first one we've hit that is a guaranteed. It has to be a short print because this is a veteran. A super short print. I mean, 31, which I guess is really just a short print. All right. So, keep me honest. If we get a hit with your numbering, let me know. I'll go back and check it, and I'll send you a box of cards. Anyway, there's Dave Winfield for New York Yankees short print. It's a nice card. I like that one too. 2 packs left in box 3. Ohtani, 34 out of 150. Cool. It's a good guess. Guessing something that is, well, if it's 1 out of 150, it's got to be a hit, though. And by hit, I mean jersey or an auto. I'm counting a hit as a jersey or an auto or numbered to 25 or less. So everyone guessing over 25, you might not get it. David Fletcher for the Angels. You might, though. You might still get it. See, gold. Up high, down low. That's cool. I like those kind of phrase cards. Ryan Presley for Houston, gold. To 1999. Not 1999. Sorry, I time traveled for a second there. To 2019, not 1999. I'm only 3 boxes in. I shouldn't be all loopy yet. Let's put some cards away so they don't crash down on the floor or anything. If I had a bigger table, I would just keep them stacked on the table longer. But I like to keep this space for inserts and for hits and stuff like that. All right, box 4. So what I'll do is, if I get a hit that matches up number-wise or whatever, I mean, you still win if you just get the name. I'm not making that go away. I just want to juice it up a little with a bigger prize. But if you get the name, you get a prize. If you get the number, basically the last person to guess, not the last person, your last guess is the guess that I'm going with. The only one that counts when it hits. And you have to be the first one to guess it. Steel City Slammers. Okay, so we have Bo Jackson. I got one of these in my box. Iconic for the Royals. Zach Wheeler. 18 out of 25 Rizzo. Gotcha, Michael. Michael, you have 3 teams in here, don't you? I think. Unless I'm confusing with someone else, and I apologize if that's true. Hideki Matsui. I haven't seen that name in a little while. For the Yankees. I am actually going to keep opening packs one at a time. It takes a few extra seconds, but it also guarantees that I can find the middle of the pack easily to see the hits. San Diego Sluggers to 150. Not to 150, with 150 stamp for the Padres. Josh Reddick. I don't think that's a thing. Short print. Yeah, Mets, White Sox, Padres. Knew it was something like that. They're all upside down. Chance Cisco. What do I feel that's... I'm probably just imagining things again. Yep, sure am. It's just a base card. But we do have Ryan Sandberg with an 83 design. Iconic for the Cubs. Ah, pink. Little pink. 48 to 50, Kyle Gibson. Oh, I'll count a short print as a hit too, I should say. So we had a short print of Winfield and Robles. Did someone say Victor Robles? No, that was Albies. Anyway, there's a 2 Kyle Gibsons back to back. This one's out of 50 for the Twins. That's what I forgot to say there. We can actually sleeve that one up. So the other thing I want to point out is if you're not part of the break, like you didn't buy a team, that's fine. you can still win stuff. But if you do win something, make sure you reach out to me, because I was trying to chase down Jacob and I couldn't find out how to get a hold of him. So I'm glad you joined back in, Jacob, so I can send you your stuff. There's Houston Astros Evolution, Ballpark Evolution for Houston Astros. Killebrew 101. Man, can you imagine? So I've been on a bit of a 1-of-1 streak. I don't buy a lot of cases, guys. Right now, just even in the past couple months, I started buying 2 of each case. Before, I was just buying a case to break, right? Here's a Aaron Alther, 150 stamp for the Phillies. And then we've got a Alex Cobb. I need to move this microphone up. Alex Cobb. And that is 25 out of 25. Hold on one second, though. I had an Alex Cobb variation. I can't remember. I think I did. I couldn't remember what it looked like. That's an Alex Cobb 25 out of 25. It's a very nice card. For Orioles. Anyway, what I was saying is, I've got 2 cases of each thing that I'm buying, for the most part. Some things like the bats, I'm buying 3 cases. Bowman Chrome, I've got 4 cases coming eventually. But recently I've been hitting 1-of-1s out of cases, and I got 2. My plan was to get a team in this break. Yeah, that's right, Jacob. We'll get it to you. What did I pull? I pulled out of Diamond Kings. That was a bit ago, I guess, but pulled a 1-of-1 of Acuna. And then pulled autograph, and that was an auto. And I pulled an autograph out of 25 of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. There's Tony Gwynn for Padres All-Star. And then what was that out of? That was out of Bowman. That was a really nice pull. And then I pulled the break before the last one. We had Pro Debut. I pulled a 1-of-1 Joey Bart auto. That was the one that's, the odds of that is 1 in 60 or so cases. 60, 61 cases. Gary V's Entrepreneurs, Derek Jeter for the Yankees. And then, yeah, you can get in the finest for sure. There's definitely teams available. And then I pulled, then honestly I got bored one night and I opened the other case of Pro Debut because I hadn't sold any other boxes yet. Or no, I sold a few of the boxes. I opened the rest of them. I shipped those boxes out and I had the rest sitting here taunting me. So I opened them, which I shouldn't do. I know I shouldn't do it, but I opened them and I pulled the 1-of-1 Eloy. Same Cornerstones auto, same odds, 1 in 60 something cases. Aaron Judge for the Yankees All-Star. And I mean, 1 in 60 cases odds, and I beat those odds 2 cases back to back. That's just nuts. So I'm hoping we get something really sick out of this too. Although, you know, the top series 1 and 2 don't have the stuff that's quite as crazy. Max Stassi, gold. And I need to double check these too. These gold ones, now I realize that there's no obvious difference if it's going to be out of number 2019 or number 50. There's one of 50. 2019. I'm just checking these really fast. Make sure I don't miss one of them. These are all getting sleeved anyway, but yep, no. It seems I did not miss any, although I do want to put this one in a top loader. This Alex Bregman should have been in a top loader. I prefer to put anything 100 or less in a top loader. Okay, moving on. Yeah, so for everyone else, there are some, well, when I started the break anyway, there were some teams available in Finest. I suspect there still are. And that's a half case break. We already did a full case break of Finest. We pulled some really nice cards. No 1-of-1s, but nice stuff. Johnny Field. We pulled a what is it, Mike? Is a Harper or a Trout to 25 auto? That Johnny Field was Cubs. So I'm hoping we'll pull something really good out of this last half case that I have sitting here of Finest. There's a Ronald Odor. All right, here's our first autograph. Took a while. Steven Matz. And it is going to be to 50, right? Yeah, 18 out of 50. Steven Matz. Not a perfect corner on the bottom. It's unfortunate. It's not bad. Like, you really have to... It may not even show up on camera. My camera won't cooperate anyway. There's a little... Yeah, you can't even really see it. I get a little overcritical, perhaps, when I see stuff. It's probably nothing. Anyway, that's out of 50 for the Mets. Steven Matz auto. Congrats, Mets. That's you, right, Michael? That's you. Congrats, Michael. So what we'll do is, like I said, you can barely see it, but I am going to set that aside with the pack it came in, and I keep the box out just in case they need the number off the box. So I'm going to set that in that box just in case. I'll take a really clear picture of it, Michael, just in case you want to talk to Topps. I don't think it's very tiny little maybe ding. So we'll get a really close picture of it before I send your cards out. And if you want me to send it to Topps, I'll do that. There's a Chris Iannetta for the Rockies, Gary V's. That's how I usually do it. I'll give you the choice. Either I'll send it out or I'll give you all the information and everything you need for you to send it out. So I would send you that empty pack that you could send to Topps. They require that. But it may not be worth it. We'll take a closer look. Freddie Freeman home run. Okay. See if we can pull one of those out. There's another old Derek Jeter. I got a Stadium Club one out of mine. Derek Jeter, iconic from Bowman for New York Yankees. Willie Peralta. There's a Shohei. Oh, the serial number on the box? Yeah, I can just give it to him too. I think there's a serial number on the bottom of the box. I think they might ask for that. They do ask for the pack, though. They ask you to send, well, at least Panini did, ask you to send the actual pack in. I have one out to Panini. It's in processing right now. Steel City Slammers for the Pirates. That is to 2019. Either way, we'll get it taken care of. Orange Spot, iconic. I saw one of those. Did I see one in my pack, or maybe I just saw it online somewhere? I get confused in my old age sometimes. Francisco Mejia, foil for San Diego, future star. And then a 150 stamp of Eduardo Nunez for the Sox, Red Sox. Man, I'm going slower than I thought on these. Sorry, you guys who are going to stay the whole time. It's going to take longer than I thought, like usual. Ozzie Smith for the Cardinals, greatest players. Just rest assured that I have not eaten dinner, so I have all sorts of incentive to get this done quickly. Powerful pair. There's an Evolution Blue. Oh, man. All right, who has Astros? I want this card. Let's talk before I ship these out. If I remember, I'm going to ask you about it. It's a Nolan Ryan Evolution Blue. I think it's a blue variation. Sure looks like it anyway. So, Houston Astros, let's talk. You know I collect Nolan Ryan. And it's not like a must-have, but rather than if you're going to sell it or something or trade it anyway, rather than you having to worry about it, I'll just put in something better in your package, and you can let me keep it. There is a black to $2.99. I forgot what they were numbered to. For the Mets, Darryl Strawberry, All-Star. A couple of nice Mets cards in here. Tom Glavine for the Braves, All-Star. Yeah, I like the black variations. Even though they're only at $2.99, they're still cool looking. We have a gold Greg Bird for New York Yankees to 2019. Rhys Hoskins, home run challenge for the Phillies. And there's an Eloy 150 stamp for the White Sox. You're doing all right with the inserts right now. And with that auto, Michael. Yeah, the White Sox, is that right? Did I mix that up? Oops. Sorry, Trevor. Didn't mean to drop you. These are a little like the Pro Debut, where there's a little bit of gloss on the front of the card, enough that they'll slide off each other sometimes when you stack them. There's Ozzie Smith for the Cardinals. And we are getting done with box 4. Strike Oppose. The first time I saw that at one of my boxes, I'm like, oh, I wonder if that's a short print. It's not. Victor Caratini. Why do I think the other one was different? I don't know. It's not. It's base. Oh, this is definitely going to be a short print. Chipper Jones. For the Braves. There you go. It's for you, Carrie. It's just a 031 code short print. Hey guys, just so you know, no matter what the back of a card looks like, if it's a horizontal card, it always goes this way. I wonder if other people would get in like a fist fight with me over that. Like it should go in the sleeve the other way. But as far as I'm concerned, they always go that way. Congrats, Carrie. You got a short print. Not bad for a last-second purchase at a discounted price, too. I put it on Twitter at the price that it sold on eBay for, minus having to pay for the shipping, so it included free shipping. But then I had to lower the price last second. There's, for the Reds, Votto, Bench, and Robinson. And the last pack, box 4. Yeah, I like that card too. That's cool. There's some pretty cool cards, cool dugout cards as variations. I like the way they do that on some of these. There's a Dustin Pedroia for the Red Sox, gold to 2019, and then a foil for the Royals foils, stadium card. I know I'm corny. Let's put some cards away. That's why I put them away, so they don't fall down, and then they fall down. Got a brand new 5,000 count box just to put these away. It's weird. I see people put like a 5,000 count box up against the back wall, and then they'll like just slap cards in there. And again, I think I have a different opinion than some breakers do about base cards. Clearly, they're not as good as the big hits, but they're still your cards. Some people like to put together full sets. There are people who go out who put together a full set or subset of inserts or whatever, and then especially with then they get them all graded, which is especially the case with now that PSA is offering, like, they're doing challenges and stuff. Sorry, this is the box that has your Steven Matz auto in it. I'm just gonna set it over here so I can keep this other box separate so I know which is which. Another. Some of these just feel hefty. Just the way the cards sit in there, though. Guy's name, who I always pronounce weirdly. It's probably Sionel, but I always say it like Coinel. Coinel Perez. I realize I'm saying that wrong. Pedro Baez. That's sorry, for the Astros. Let's see, 827. Let's see how long it takes for this box. Oh my gosh. Let's keep this wrapper aside for a second, because this card was clearly hugely bent before it went in the pack. That's like a quality control issue for sure. I don't know if you can see the bend. I'll take a picture of it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time, but there's a big crease on this card for the Angels. This Taylor Ward. Big crease on it. Let's see if I can get the light to show it. Maybe not. Anyway, huge crease on the Taylor Ward front card. At least it's just the front card, but still. Like I said, a lot of people don't care about base. Someone may want to send that in. I'll save the pack just in case. So there's a Matt Moore for Detroit, 150 stamp. And we'll set this pack. We'll set the whole pack aside. Don't worry, other teams, if there are no damaged cards, I'll make sure you get your cards. I'm just setting it aside for now so I can just investigate the cards a little bit later and make sure. Oh. All right, I got to talk to you, Michael. If you don't want the Nolan Ryan, if you don't collect Nolan Ryan, I might have to steal this from you. And by steal, I mean figure out what you would want in trade. Or I can throw cash in there. $7.50 a card this month. Yeah, I'm there's a guy on Facebook. I forget his name. It's escaping me right now. Michael, I'm going to make you an offer for this. Tell me what you want for this card. I forget the guy's name right now, but he's got a group on Facebook for just submitting to PSA. They're going to start doing... yeah, the Mets are doing pretty good. He's going to... I think this month he's doing BGS too. But I have a bunch of cards in with him because he gets the discount for doing a bunch of cards at once. So this one, I don't know if we have any short prints in it. Of course, I can't help myself. I'll stop and look at every darn card. Right off the top, I don't really see any that are short prints. You know, it's possible to just get a pack that doesn't have anything amazing in it. But I'll just double check. I don't see. I've checked 4 or 5 cards now. There's no short print in there. I'll set these aside anyway, but I doubt there's a short print in that. Is that where you're doing yours through, Michael? The PSA Club? I have some out in the May submission. May, yeah. So it's going to be a little while still, I think, before those come back. There's Austin Dean for the Marlins. Yeah, it is totally worth it. Like it's funny. I was actually saving mine. I was setting them aside so that I could send a bunch in and take advantage of a discount by doing a bunch of them. But I'm like, man, that's going to cost a lot of money at once. And then I found the PSA Club. I'm like, wow, I just cut my cost in half. There's Jake Marisnick. Marisnick. It's a 2019 gold for Houston. So I'm really excited. I've only sent one card in myself to PSA, and it came back okay. I think it came back at 8. So it was all right. It still paid for itself to have it graded. There's a Yadi Molina for the Cardinals. Greatest players. But I'm really anxious to see all these cards I sent in, because I sent in some pretty decent cards in that lot. Nothing that's going to be worth, like $50,000 if it grades well. There's a Vladdy. We got Paul Goldschmidt for the Cardinals, All-Star. And we'll sleeve up this Vladdy if they're supposed to be short prints. I have another one, but it's in here with these other ones. It'll get sleeved. It's already set aside. Obviously for Toronto. Yeah, Michael, I try and do the same. I did not get a detailed, I just have a list of the cards I sent. I didn't do a detailed spreadsheet. One thing that someone did say to do that does them all the time is, before you have a really good beat on what grade a card will get, anything you send in, anything that you're going to send in, make like you're doing, do your spreadsheet. There's another Max Stassi for Houston. This one's stamped to with 150 stamp. Anything that you're going to send in, also make a note of what grade you think it will get. And what you do by doing that is, when your cards come back, you can kind of do a comparison and see what you thought, and maybe notes like, I think it'll be a 9 because of centering or whatever, right? So when your cards come back, you can take a look at that and see how you did, and do better next time at guessing what your grade will be. There's Mike Montgomery for the Cubs. So I wish I did that on this submission, especially since I sent in like 10 of them, because I'm still not great at figuring out what they'll grade for yet. But we'll see. I'll just be happy if I get some pretty good grades back. So there's a Red Schoendienst for the Cardinals, greatest players. Ohtani base. Anyone coming in new? Sorry, I bumped the camera. Anyone coming in new who just came in recently? We're doing Guess the Player. You can win a free pack of cards or a jersey or an auto if you guess the next hit. We're considering a short print. We consider if you get a short print, if you guess the short print, or there's Anthony Rizzo, greatest moments. If you guess the correctly, the next short print or card number to 25 or less, or jersey or medallion or autograph, then you will be a winner. I'll send you a pack or something fun, a jersey or something. And did anyone guess Willie Stargell? Because that's a short print there for the Pirates. I do like that the short prints are the same team, so you don't lose a card if the card ends up being a short print for that card number. You just get a better card. I don't know if anyone guessed Willie Stargell for the Pirates, but if you did, you won. So congrats to the Pirates. BGS. I have some cards I have set aside right now for BGS, but I'm not sending them just at the moment. It's Chris Shaw for the Giants, 35th anniversary stamp. I'm trying to do newer cards, probably anything newer than late 90s, I guess, to BGS, and I haven't done any yet, but that's the plan. And anything older is going to PSA. Roman Quinn, gold for the Phillies. To 2019. There's Altuve home run challenge for Houston. So also for anyone new coming in, I don't know how many people are new. It's hard to see if anyone left and someone else new came in or whatever, but there's also a coupon code at the bottom that is good during this break for 10% off anything on the website listed at the top. There's the Ohtani Gets Hot gold foil. If you put those letters any closer together, then it says Ohtani Get Shot. Kerning and spacing is very important in printing, people. Mookie Betts for the Red Sox. And also for those just joining, we're slow rolling through box 5 right now. We're trying to go a little faster, but that's just where we are. We're in box 5. Miguel Sano for Minnesota. The Twins hit. Congrats, Twins. Jersey. Did anyone guess this player? Anyone guess Miguel? I don't remember it, but now we're out of 130s. Well, we're not out of them. Oh, and that one is... No, it just looks pinkish. Not numbered. So we're out of that. It goes in the recycle box. And these are all 130s here. Cool. Sano. You're going to say Sano? It's too late, Jacob. You have to guess it before I pull it. There's Darryl Strawberry, not black variation. The Mets. Or actually, that was an all-star, I think, that we pulled earlier. There's some gold. For Texas Rangers stadium card in gold to 2019. No one guessed. Yeah, I know. Is that what you're saying? You're going to say no one guessed Sano? Well, that's different. I like that one, that Hank Aaron. It's a good looking card. Home Run King. Guess who gets that? That's for Kerry. It's just an iconic, but it's a fun looking card. It's a good looking card. Kerry, did you get in on the finest? I know you were loving on the finest break. We've got that half case break that will happen basically as soon as I can fill it, or if I have a couple of straggler teams, I might fire sale them on Twitter, and if they don't sell still, then I'll just keep them. I love finest. Arizona Diamondbacks foil. There's a Ryan Presley for Houston, 150. So there's still time, Kerry. You can get, I don't think the Braves, I think the Braves were actually the first to sell out of the half case. But there's still some good teams, I think. Oh, look at this. Number to 67 for the Red Sox, Chris Sale. And then behind that is for the Braves, Kyle Wright, 84 design. Sleeve up Chris Sale, put him away. I'm going to run out of these too. That's a certainty. Well, I'm not going to run out. I bought 1,000 of them, so I buy all these things by 10,000. I buy penny sleeves by the 10,000. I buy the top loaders, at least some of them. The regular premium top loaders, I buy 1,000 at a time. Kerry, go check it out when you get a chance. If you check it out during this break, you get 10% off with that code at the bottom. Just saying. Gary V's Hunter Pence for the Rangers. Also, for those in the break, you probably got my message on eBay. Because this break was a day late, everyone who has a spot in this break gets 10% off. I will send a code with your cards. There's Blake Trinan for the Athletics. Significant Statistics. We have some gold. JC Ramirez for the Angels. And, sorry, that goes in the other pile. And some base cards. So we're done with box 5, right? It's 5? Yeah. Put some cards away. Clean up. Yeah, don't forget, if you go shopping on the site, take advantage of the 10%. Or don't. Save me some money. That's great. But, you know, it's better for you if you take advantage of the 10%. So, actually, I'm going to move these boxes that have possible cards to possibly talk to Topps about over to my desk so I don't clutter up over here. All right. Here we go, box 6. Getting halfway through, and we're way later than I thought it was going to be, so I apologize. Legit, for real, we're going to try and go through a little faster this time. Some of these packs stuck together. That's fun. Okay. All right, let's time this one. 8:43. We got to complete the box by 9 without damaging cards. That's the goal. Jorge Alfaro, sorry, for the Marlins to 2019. Go shopping, Carrie. I'll tell you if you miss anything when you come back. Promise. We've got New York Mets gold. I love that photo. Such a great photo for the Mets to 2019. Still trying to keep an eye out for any variations, but I want to run through this a little faster. We're going to be here till midnight, so like I said, I'm getting hungry. So Noel Cuevas for the Rockies, 35th anniversary design. One thing I didn't mention yet, I don't think, is here, I'll mention at the tail end of this pack. We've got Sandy Alcantara for the Marlins foil. Felix Hernandez. I don't think that's a variation or anything, but I'm going to peek. It is variation. Okay. Felix Hernandez variation for Seattle. Congrats, Seattle. Forget who has Seattle, but. So the one thing I was going to mention is I still have 2 boxes left of the first off the line Spectra basketball, Panini Spectra basketball from this year. I'm going to grab another set of sleeves. Don't want to run out. I will run out. So, first off the line, Spectra basketball. I think there's only 5 cards in the box. I paid $300 for them, and I will take about that price basically to resell them. I grab stuff all the time because I think someone else might want it. So I grab those. I may have to open them if I don't sell the other 2 boxes. I may have to open one for myself. First off the line boxes sold out in I think under a minute. They were only available on the Panini website, and they sold out in under a minute, I think. There's Ty Cobb for Detroit. Detroit Americans. Why? I live here. I didn't know that. Shows what I know. Anyway, it's a good-looking card for Detroit. There's a uniform evolution for Marlins. I see Cabrera, and I think Detroit. It's Benintendi. I don't think that's variation, right? It is. It's not a variation. It's a... Okay, well, how would I know this from looking at the front of the card? This is going to mess with my head the rest of the break now. It's numbered to 150, but I didn't see anything on the front of the card that stood out. Again, I did not look closely at the checklist, so I'm a little naive to what I'm missing here. Logo's the same. Name looks the same. The only difference would be a photo variation, but they're not all numbered. Anyway, this one's numbered to 150. It actually has a completely different number. 968 is the tail end of the number on this one. Did someone guess Benintendi for a hit? Someone did, right? Or did I make that up? No, this isn't... You're thinking of the reverse stock. The reverse stock have the kind of rougher back, and the Topps logo is the old school logo at the top. This has the newer logo from, the last 20 years. So this is a little different. I don't know what kind of variation this is, but it's a variation of some kind. 968 is the number on the back. I'm considering that a hit. So if you guessed Benintendi and you're in the chat, call that out. That you got that one correct. That one's for the Red Sox. Congrats, Red Sox, on that hit. And here's another hit. Flip stock. I always call it reverse stock. Thank you. Flip stock. Oh, that's a cool card. I like that. So here is a Ricky Henderson for the Athletics. This one is numbered also to 150. Ricky Henderson to 150. I like these medallion cards. I will tell you from shipping Pro Debut, they get suddenly really expensive to ship. Depending on what team you have, it can double the cost of shipping because of the weight of this thing. These might not be too bad. I don't know. It's a hefty card, though. It's thick enough I had to cut the sleeve a little bit so it doesn't catch. So, congrats, Oakland. Forget who has Oakland. I think the person who had Oakland has 2 or 3 teams, too. It's a good-looking card. I like that. Ricky Henderson, 150. 18 out of 150. So that's going to be the box hit. We're not looking for another auto or material out of this box. So these should be fairly quick from here in, except for some low numbers if we hit them. Carl Yaz for the Red Sox. Cody Reed. Yeah, flip stock. I like the flip stock. They got really fired up in Series 1 because some of those flip stocks were selling easily for $100 on the first day, and I was just amazed at what people were getting. Like some of them were $300. There's a Daniel Norris 150 for Detroit. All right, so here's our inserts and stamps. I'm just going to set these aside in the box so that they don't fall down. Okay. Here we have Get Up for St. Louis. And then we have a greatest seasons, Roberto Clemente for the Pirates. Forgot who he played for a second there. I like that card too. That should have been a short print. Although if it was, then not as many people would get to enjoy it. I just like the way it looks. Ricky Henderson again for the Athletics. All-Star. I just want to look at the back and make sure they're not numbered or anything. Because sometimes that one tripped me out. Like, I looked at the back of it just because I felt like it was, you know, in the middle, if it was a hit. Look at that. I say nice things about the card and they give me a gold one. But it was just weird that card had nothing different other than the numbering. This to 2019 for Arizona. Jared Dyson. Trevor Story Home Run Challenge for Rockies. Cedric Mullins, 150 stamp for the Orioles. Dwight Gooden for the Mets. All-Star. That's a nice All-Star card. Sorry I'm not taking a ton of time putting these in front of the camera. But I want to make sure we get done before my chariot turns into a pumpkin tonight. See some blue. I'm looking at some blue here. Is it? It's another one that just tricked me. It's not a variation. So we have, I love this guy's name. For the Cardinals, Daniel Ponce de Leon. Blue variation. Blue 84 design. And then Gary V's Marcus Stroman again for the Blue Jays. I think that's the second one we got of that. We haven't gotten any super amazing hits. Some decent ones. But nothing that has just, you know, taken my breath away. Cleveland Indians. Foil. Mark McGwire, Greatest Moments. For the Cardinals. Reese McGuire, there's a variation of that guy too, but that's not it. Chris Archer. I always got to check some of the ones in the middle just in case. So we've got, for the Marlins, Cabrera, Johnson, and Brinson. Franchise. Faces of the franchise. What did we say? We had a 1 of 1 guess? Can we make that happen? I would gladly send someone a box of cards for free if they got that guess right. McCutchen. 150 stamp. That's for the Phillies. Hello, new people. See new people joining. If you see a code at the bottom of the screen and a URL at the top of the screen, put them together, join a Finest half case break or buy some boxes, whatever you do with that code, you'll get 10% off. Rod Carew. We did get a Rod Carew for the Angels. It's not numbered or anything, though. So I know that's not a variation. That's not a variation. What about this Nate Jones? I wish I studied all the variations so I could tell you if one of these was one by looking at it, but I did not. I was too busy with a bunch of stuff. There's nothing in that pack, but I'll set it aside all the same to look through later. 4 of 10 Chipper Jones. Well, we did pull a Chipper Jones out of here. I don't know if we'll pull a second Chipper Jones. That's kind of bold. But I'm happy to try for you. That's what I will do for you, Jacob. Or, sorry, that's Carrie that said that. Seems less special when I got the name wrong. Sorry. Alex Bregman for the Astros. Steven Matz for the Mets. That'd be pretty sweet if we got a Chipper Jones. To 10, I mean. We already got a Chipper Jones. It'd be sweet if we got one to 10. Andrew Triggs, 150 for the A's. You can say Jacob. Yeah, Jacob's going to win the next one anyway. Let's just be honest. He always does. Maybe he just had a lucky day. Look at that bend on that card. That's really just wrong. Powerful pair. All right, so whoever has the Yankees, I'm sorry. You're getting a couple of these that are bent. Keep the pack just in case. It's horrible. There's a Matt Moore for Detroit. Gold to 2019. Bryce Harper. None of these other ones are damaged, really. Well, that a little bit. That one's got a big ding on it, though, so I'm saving this one. We'll save it just in case. A lot of times, there's been a few times that this happened with whether it's Topps or someone else, and the person who has the team has said, "Nah, for the base card, I don't really care," or it was an insert even, and they said, "Nah, I don't really care, not a big deal." But it's not my choice. There's a stadium card. The whole bottom of the card's bent. Anyway, Reggie Jackson for the Athletics. And the rest of these are going back in the pack in the box. Just in case someone wants to talk about that card. There's a lot more problems than I thought I was going to have with this case. But oh, maybe Riley isn't on the checklist. No one's accused you of being lucky, huh, Jacob? I actually... I have been really, really lucky in the past. Like, I would go into a casino, and I go in with... the way I go into a casino is I pull 40 or 80 bucks or whatever I'm prepared to lose that day. I pull it out in cash, and that's it. When it's gone, it's gone. There's Bryce Wilson for Atlanta. Sandy Koufax for the Dodgers. And but I had a streak for a while there where I would go, and this is a long time ago, where I would go into a casino with 40 bucks and I'd walk out with 2,000. It just happened several times. So unfortunately, it got me in the habit of thinking I was going to win every time I went to the casino. And for a little while, I spent a little bit more when I was in there. So, you know, don't put too much stock in it, I guess, is maybe the moral. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't happen. Set this box aside. Okay. It's about as high as I want to stack those. Let's pull a 1-of-1 Hank Aaron. Can we do that? That'd be pretty cool. Here's some more gold. McCutcheon. It's 2019 for the Phillies. Freddie Freeman, home run challenge. Were we looking for that? Were you saying that, Kerry? I thought someone said Freeman home run challenge. Kyle Wright, 4 out of 5. All right. We'll try and pull. We got to pull some fire tonight. There's got to be something hot in here. Dakota Hudson for the Cardinals. 35th anniversary design. Austin Romaine. Not a variation. Nope. Oh. Okay, guys. Hold on. Normally I don't stop the break to read a text, but I gotta respond to this one. My wife says, I know you're still doing your break, but I love you. I'm going to lie down. I gotta tell her I love her too. Oops. Man, if I could do it without taking 15 minutes. There we go. Cool. Sorry. Some things are important. Okay. Continuing on. Sorry, guys. Sorry, not that sorry, though. Pedroia. Here's a blue variation. Faces of the franchise. Al Kaline, Ty Cobb, and Miggy Cabrera for Detroit. That's one thing about Detroit that some people forget in breaks, is if you get into a break, you really look at the checklist, because sometimes people look at Detroit nowadays and they're like, oh, there's not going to be anything great in that. But sometimes you got like Ty Cobb bat barrels, and you got to really watch out for things like that in some of the breaks that have good hits from older players. Detroit is a sleeper in some of those. I love snatching up Detroit in some of those breaks. Anyway, Sandy Koufax for the Brooklyn Dodgers. What's my phone doing? Stop doing that. Sorry, one thing I do like to do is just make sure that I'm not getting a notification from someone on Twitter that like the video went out or something crazy like that, or the chat doesn't work anymore. So just taking a peek at that really fast to make sure. Oh, no, it's just people buying stuff on eBay. Okay, sorry guys. See shiny in this one. Oh man, I got part of a group chat in Facebook. Brian Shaw for the Rockies, rainbow foil. I think that's what it is. Troy Tulowitzki, 150 stamp. Yeah, you're with me on that, right, Carrie? Sometimes that stuff's important. You just got to stop for a second and do it. We have Ryan Barucki for the Blue Jays, 84 design. Vladdy Guerrero, apparent, alleged short print. Well, we haven't seen a whole lot of these. We'll count them at the end. We'll count how many of these when we do the recap, how many we have. Blue Jays is going to be full of top loaders. Oh, we're getting close to that point in the break where there's going to be like 4 people left of the 4 troopers that stuck with it. Alex Wood, gold for the Reds. It's 2019. But we'll get through them. We'll get these done pretty quick, I hope. I was hoping to be done by 9. It's 9:05 here. And so we're obviously a little behind, but we'll get there. Milwaukee Menaces in gold for the Brewers. To 2019. I have to check the back of every one of those now that I hit the one that had 50. All right, what do we have? Anthony Rizzo, greatest moments again for the Cubs. I can almost promise that somewhere in here there's going to be another variation that I missed. And it just, those things happen. But like I said, I'll catch it when I sort them. Alex Bregman for the Astros. Gary V's. And then Juan Soto, back card for the Nationals. So congrats, Nationals. There's the hit for this box, the Juan Soto. Oh. They pack these so tight. First one's always a challenge. Nationals hit. Did someone guess Juan Soto? If you guys remember, let me know. Or if it was your guess, let me know. As I always say, I will forget. Even if you tell me right now that was my guess, I'm gonna forget. So if you had a guess, let me know, and I'll double check them later. But I'm not gonna remember to go back and look unless you say something. There's Danny Jansen for the Blue Jays, 84 design. All right, if the corner of that one's damaged, it's my fault. Nope, we're good. We're okay. Whew. Got a little excited there. These are all upside down. Marlins, Pablo Lopez, 84 design. So do you guys think there's any benefit? Well, let me put it this way. Would you prefer to break with a breaker who wears like those black latex gloves so as to not touch any card? Bobby Pointer, 150, stamped for the Red Sox. I think maybe if there were cards that were like Finest, but about 10 times more expensive, I think I would prefer gloves. But otherwise, I don't think it really makes much of a difference. So that's interesting. This guy's backwards. Why are you backwards? Is it because you're a variation? Absolutely not. It's just a regular card. Sorry if I got you guys excited. It's just a normal card. Got these all upside down. There's a Will Clark. And this guy, I swear I pulled 4 of them with a portrait photo rather than a horizontal one, but I guess I'm wrong. That's not a variation. It's also that point in the night where I start thinking everything's variation. Will Clark for the Giants. Yeah, gloves feel, yeah, that's what I'm saying, like flawless. I might want my breaker to wear gloves. The thing is, though, like, I see guys doing breaks that aren't wearing gloves and they take their time with cards or whatever, or they're at least not throwing them around. They're not manhandling them too much. Bryce Harper, Gary V's for the Phillies. And that's fine. You know, I get my cards. Sometimes I even get nervous during the break and I'm like, oh man, I know he's damaging cards. And then I get the cards in the mail and they look fine. They're all perfect. So it's just, I think I get a little bit more concerned about it when I'm breaking than maybe even I need to be. But yeah, if it was something like flawless, I would probably really, really hope for that. So this Gary Sanchez is going to be a variation. I remember that. Please be right. Please be right. Yeah, it's a variation. Glad I didn't look stupid there. I have a hard time, like, there's stuff like Flawless and stuff that I wanted to buy, but the problem is, like, I bought Luminaries. I bought 3 boxes of Luminaries, and I think they're like 1 hit per box, right? So I was trying to sell them with a hit break. I sold like 3 hits out of it, or 3 spots. I was trying to sell like 10 spots. That Gary Sanchez is for New York, and it is a short print. And then we have Mel Ott for the New York Giants, which I think is ended up being San Francisco Giants. I'll figure that out when I sort them. Anyway, so those cards, unfortunately, it's hard to sell spots in that stuff sometimes because the price point's so high. And then the problem is, like, they're great cards. I would love to keep them, but can I afford to keep them is the real question, right? When I only sell 2 spots, I ended up keeping 2 of the hits that came out of those 3 boxes. There's Anthony DeSclafani for the Reds. So, you know, in the end, like, I'm not trying to keep all the cards. I'm trying to give people hits and send them out to people and make sure I sell all the spots and cover my costs. So it makes it really hard to do something like that. I would love to do some some super high-end stuff, but I have to make sure that it can get paid for. Reese McGuire for the Blue Jays. When I get to a point, and we're getting there a little bit with the website, when I get to a point where I know I can sell out all the spots, Midwest Box Breaks is kind of like that at this point. And when I get to that point, then I will feel much more comfortable about doing a high-end break here or there. Oh, my screensaver, don't come on. Give me a second, guys. I'm sure you can see the video. I cannot, and I can't see your chat. That's a sign that the break is taking too long when the screensaver comes on. Sorry about that. All right, so we have a Yohan Camargo for the Braves, gold. It's a 2019. And then a foil Dustin Pedroia for the Red Sox. So, yeah, if I did, honestly, if today I had enough people that said, yeah, I want to do a high-end break, and we all agreed on what to break, then I'd buy it and we'd do it for sure. Just need to make sure I can do it. There's a Lou Brock, 1962 rookie. Iconic. Too bad it's not the real rookie. And that's going to be to the Cubs, Chicago Cubs. As it is the price point that I'm going to have on the 2019 Leaf bats, because they sell for $150 a bat when you buy them from the distributor. So, and my price isn't really much better than that. It can't be, because that's pretty much what I'm paying. There's a Kyle Freeland. There's another flip stock card for the Rockies this time. Number to 99, 78 out of 99, flip stock Kyle Freeland. So anyway, with the bats, it's going to be, I don't know, hopefully I'll sell all the spots for the bats. I'll figure out how to price them appropriately, but also to not scare people away, and hopefully we'll have a good break for those bats. I'm a little torn because I want to do all three cases at once, because it'll keep the price lower. Well, it'll be a higher price per team, but then you have 12 hits, 12 bats going out versus just 3 or 4 in a case. There's Miles Straw for the Astros. So I'm probably going to do it that way. It's just going to end up being, like I said, it's probably going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of $50 or $50 or $60 per team if I did a random team, and then obviously variable if it's pick your team. Christian Vazquez for is a 150 stamp for the Red Sox, and the last pack of box 7 going down. There's a Chris Davis for the A's, Oakland Athletics statistics. And I have way too many cards stacked up, so I need to put some of these away. Let's do that real quick. We didn't have any problems with that box. This is the first box out of the last 4 that there were no cards with enough of a problem that I had to save the box aside. When we broke Heritage earlier in the year, we had we got some more new people back, or some people came back maybe. I know sometimes people leave and go do stuff and then check back in and go, wow, you're still doing this? When we did Heritage, they had a printing problem with Heritage. It wasn't bent corners or anything, but there's like white kind of, not streaks, but the color on some of the cards was faded like pretty badly. Which at first I thought, oh, that's part of the design. But it turns out to be I think that was a printing problem with their printing system, and it was not super unique. There was a lot of them. Although they were the 1970 design? Yeah. So it actually looked like it could be on purpose. So from a collector standpoint, it's really not that bad on a throwback design like that. Bent cards are a little harder because they're definitely going to get nicked in any kind of grading process for that. So we got Gary V's Trevor May for the Twins. You guys are getting quiet. Who is your all-time, like if you could only have one card, who's your all-time favorite player that you would, whether you collect them or not, like it could be Mantle and you can't afford to collect Mantle really, but just who would be your all-time favorite player? There's a Duke Snider. I always like those designs. That's like a 68 or something. I could be way off on the year on that. Anyway. For the Brooklyn Dodgers, Duke Snider. I think a lot of you by now know mine. I know there's some new people in here and some aren't new, but my all-time favorite that I have collected for decades at this point is Nolan Ryan. And this card's backwards. No, it's not. It's just a different design. Anyway, there's Luke Voit. 150 stamp for New York Yankees. Thought it was backwards. It's Evolution of the Box Score technology. And that one's actually numbered at 299. It's a black variation of that card. So there is no team on this. So at the end, we might just random that. That might be the best way to do that one. We'll random that off. Because there's no one team, and I don't want to keep it. It should go to somebody. Hank Aaron rookie. Yeah. If I had more money, I think there's a lot of the older rookies I would love to have. But I just can't afford all that. Well, I could if I got rid of my Nolan Ryan collection. I could pay for it. But Jackie Robinson. You have to be careful these days, too, because there's so many cards like this one, for example, where there are people on Etsy. Look on Etsy. There are people making reprints of this card that are non-licensed, and they don't say, I think of this card they're doing that, but I know of other like high-end rookie cards like that. Brooklyn Dodgers, that card. They're making reprints that are unlicensed, unapproved, and they do not say reprint anywhere on them. So really they just look exactly like the original card. And if the I never bought one, so I've never had one in my hand, so I couldn't tell you for sure. But if the card stock is close enough, it could fool non-graders. Colorado Rockies gold. And that's frightening. Like, there's people who just don't know to watch out for that stuff. They're buying stuff off eBay, and you buy a card off eBay and you're paying $80 or $200 because it's supposed to be a $50,000 card graded. You get all excited about it, and then you find out someone on Etsy made it this year. Ichiro for the Mariners. All-Star. We got 4 more boxes after this. I gotta stop yapping and go a little faster. Just trying to get you guys chatting. I think it's more fun when there's chatting going on. Lucas Giolito. It's first time trying to say that name. For the White Sox. Goes to Michael. Gold to 2019. And then Kevin Newman for the Pirates. 84 design. Why? I'm going to flip all these over. It's going to drive me nuts. All right. What about you, Jacob? Who's your favorite player? And I apologize if you've mentioned it in the past. in the last break or anything. Raditella is upside down. There's a get-up card in gold for the Cardinals to 2019. The good thing is these don't require me to get my blade out for every pack to open them like, I forget what I was opening that was like that. It's like every pack you could not open by hand. There's a Pablo Sandoval. That is a cool photo for San Francisco Giants. Gold to 2019. Paul Goldschmidt, home run. Dave Justice, huh? Smoltz. I had a big jumbo patch of Smoltz. Kirk Gibson, that's good. God, I forgot about Orel Hershiser. There's a name from the past. It's real easy to not remember that one. That's my way. There's George Brett. That's a greatest seasons George Brett for the Royals. Ron Gant. I have some Ron Gant cards. Well, you got a whole lot of favorites. You like a lot of the older players. Sid Bream. There's some shiny. New York Mets. That looks even better in the foil, too. I like that. Aaron Nola. And this one's numbered to 150 for the Phillies jersey. Did anyone have Aaron Nola? 56 out of 150 for Aaron Nola. For those still in the room, do you remember if anyone had Aaron Nola? I know we had more guesses than we have people in the room right now. I think we did. It's a cool card for the Phillies. Congrats, Phillies, for that hit. Maddox. So I did have... there's a Cody Reed in Patriotic Red to... I think those are 67? 76. 34 out of 76. Cody Reed. And there's a Aramis Garcia for the Giants. Cody Reed is for the Reds in red. So Maddox, I had a... Was it Maddox? Yeah. Mound Marvels from Luminaries. So the guy who... There was only 3 spots sold, and only one of them got a hit, because technically I bought the rest of the spots because nobody bought them. So I absorbed that. But the guy who won the Mound Marvels card, it was a redemption. And he didn't want to redeem it, but he saw another card in my collection that he wanted. So we made a trade, and I just sent him the other card that he wanted, and I kept I did the redemption on Mound Marvels, and came back pretty quick, like 2 weeks. A week or two. I think it was 2 weeks. It's a nice looking card. But unfortunately, I had to pay for those boxes. They were not cheap. Mel Ott for the Giants. That's a blue variation. Kirk Gibson. You named so many names. Who was your first? I already lost it. Was it Orel or someone else? Andrew Triggs for the A's in gold to 2019. And then foil action for Milwaukee Menaces again. Kirk Gibson, man. Doesn't he... I want to say Kirk Gibson has a card in here. Super short print. Carlton Fisk. I love that. That's a 73 design, if I'm not mistaken. Iconic for Red Sox. There's a lot of good Red Sox cards in here, too. Brandon Workman. I don't think a variation. I'm going to peek. Nope, it's not. They're all base. What is your Oh, Kirk Gibson is your favorite, and then okay, I misread that, Jacob. Sorry. So what is your best Kirk Gibson card that you own now or have had in your collection? So like his rookie, graded. Same question for you, Carrie. For yours, there's a Jason Castro for the Twins, 150 stamp. And base. JD Martinez All-Star for the Red Sox. Bunch of base. Okay, people coming back or just joining, we're in finishing up box. What is this? 8. We're finishing box 8. 9, 10, 11, yeah. Out of 12. That's got to be a variation there. If I had to guess which one's a variation, I would be wrong. Cool. Maybe there's variation. I'll go back through that stack later and double check. I don't see anything immediately. Oh, you just started collecting a year ago? Some of those older players you were mentioning, I thought maybe you'd been collecting for years and years. Names I recognize from when I collected in the 80s. Frember Valdez for the Astros. Oh, nice. That 4 of 5. Carrie, did you pull that out of a pack or did you buy that? That's my next question. Is your best card one that you hit or that you bought? Victor. Why is that? No, that's not a variation. It's not. This is why I slow down the break at the end, because I stop to look at everything I think is a variation that's not. Angels, Reggie Jackson. I think my favorite Nolan Ryan card is his rookie, and it's in horrible shape. But, you know, mint, there's a Stan Musial for the Cardinals, greatest seasons, and then there's a 150 stamped, so it means it's going to be numbered on the back to 150. Ken Griffey Jr., Seattle Mariners. That was a last-second team pickup, too, by I think it was Chris. Anyway, the Nolan Ryan that I have is his rookie. It's not the worst shape, but it's not the best shape either. It's not really great, but it's still my favorite because it's his rookie, and it's a beautiful. I just love the rookie design on his rookie card. Really collectible card. That's why they're $3,000 in mint condition. Up high, down low for Houston. Foil. Alex Wood, 150 stamp. Yeah, it is hard, Jacob. I know that there are some Nolan Ryan cards I do. I have a couple of serious rainbow chases going on. There's a Scherzer, Guerrero, and Dawson, faces of the franchise for the well, that actually has national. Oh, this is Expos. That's senior Guerrero. So that's gonna be for the Nationals. There are some rainbow chases that like the 2000. I don't remember what the price. It was over $100. I think it was over 150 for this card. It's numbered to 5, purple variation out of the 2008 Upper Deck Heroes that I'm chasing aggressively. Anyway, there's Mike Fultonowitz, 150 for Atlanta. Anyway, so these cards, they don't come up very often. And unfortunately, when I saw it come up, I was not prepared to spend that kind of money on it. And I'll probably wait another 2 decades before I come across one again. Because they're numbered to 5. So that's the kind of card, and especially for Nolan Ryan, right? If it was a lesser known player, then that card would come up again pretty frequently. But being that it's a Nolan Ryan, here we go into box 8. Being that it's Nolan Ryan, that's the kind of card like my collection probably isn't going anywhere until I die. Or if I have a change of heart one day and say, look, I only need a handful of these Nolan Ryans and get rid of the rest, that's the only way some of these cards are going anywhere. And that's the problem with collecting Nolan Ryan is anything numbered 1 of 1, for the most part, unless I see it when it first happens, and usually I don't pay those kind of prices anyway for the 1 of 1s, but if I see it when it first happens, then maybe I have a chance. Otherwise, it's going to be in someone's collection, and then I have to wait 20 years for that person to pass away and them to sell out their estate or something. But anyway, the point of that whole rambling was I have learned at this point that if I see something and I can afford it and it's going to be that rare, I'm probably just going to buy it because I may never see it again. Derek Jeter for the Yankees All-Star. Austin Meadows. Feels like a different design. It's not. It's just a base card. One thing you can do, I think that can be useful, Jacob, too, is, like letting people like in this break here know who your PC is. And then if it gets pulled, you can make a deal with them before they start putting it on eBay. There's a Jalen Beeks for the Rays, blue variation. And Gary V's Ian Kinsler. That's not going to get you still the best price, but you'll do better because there's more of a camaraderie. Even if you don't know someone like Carrie in person or haven't talked to her, you might be more prone to give her a decent deal on a card that your team pulled. Detroit Tigers foil, or vice versa. Sandy Koufax for the Brooklyn Dodgers. That is one of the things about the Break Club. Like, if you list a card for sale, it is expected that you list it for about 10% under eBay comps. And if you want to sell your cards on eBay, no one's going to look sideways at you. But if you want to sell them in there to the group, you're expected to give the group a little bit of a break because they're your group. Wilson Contreras for the Cubs. So that's a kind of nice thing. And that works out sometimes in breaks too. You can get a good trade going in a break. It's a good time to do it too because if you're in a break, you've already paid the breaker to ship your cards to you, unless it's free shipping. There's a Bobby Pointer gold to 2019. And so if you can make a trade within the break, then you don't pay any shipping for it either. Matt Carpenter home run challenge. And that Pointer was for Red Sox again. Rookies are good too because if you end up with some good rookies, then I don't like to prospect, but I started doing it this year. Especially since I'm opening up so much stuff. I'm going to be opening a box of everything. I might as well know what cards I should try and hold on to. Prospecting is kind of fun though. Powerful Pair in gold to 2019 for New York Yankees. It's a nice card to get. But yeah, prospecting can be good too, because like if you got a guy who hasn't been pulled up yet and he gets pulled up, and he smashes out like Austin Riley just smashes a home run 2 seconds into his MLB career, Michael Kopech for the White Sox, then you can actually do really well with your all the cards you're holding of that guy. I did do that. I bought a bunch of rookies and variations, lots of gold of some of these guys. And a couple of them have been pulled up, and I think those cards have already like doubled and tripled since what I paid for them. I don't know if there's anything in there. Set that aside. Yeah, Riley and Alonso. Senzel. But definitely Riley. I picked up some Riley. I picked up some Nate Pearson. I don't know how that's going to go, but seems all right. Slider spin rate for Kyle Crick of the Pirates. Tatis, yeah. Is Tatis going to do really good? Because I have an autograph numbered to 10. Should I be holding that? I was about to put it up for sale on Twitter. Maybe I should hold on to it for a little bit. See how it does. I haven't really I want to prospect more. I have not been keeping my ear to the ground, though. Josh James for Astros. Foil. Powerful pair again. 150 stamp for New York Yankees. Yeah. Maybe I'll just hold on to that. It's a gold auto out of... it's out of Prism. But it's a nice auto. Gold number to 10. It might have been 10 of 10 or 1 of 10. I don't remember. Could have been a bookend. Caratini, gold to 2019. Yeah. The thing is, right now, I've just been too busy with stuff to even go and list all these cards. So I have a lot. I've got 30 autographs from Prism. And I just haven't had a chance. There's Warren Spahn. It's not a big hit or anything, but anyway. That one's going to be for the Braves. Boston Braves, which, if memory serves me, became the Atlanta Braves. So I believe that's going to be Carey's. I have the football cards that I have on eBay right now that I expect to go for hundreds. There's another Vladdy. Those I just picked up in a trade. I actually traded my the 101 Eloy for a bunch of graded stuff. Because I wanted, for me, either way I got to sell it, right? To pay for the case. Oh, that would be nice if he took Rookie of the Year. But anyway, so it was a big trade. It's a little nerve-wracking to send, to do the valuation we had. Let's just say it was over $1,000 for the 1 of 1 and for the cards he was sending me. And to just send it to someone you just met on Twitter was nerve-wracking for me, and I'm sure for him as well. Windy City Warriors. But we both took a couple of steps to make that a little easier, like signing for the package and tracking, and we sent them at the same time and everything. Ihiri Adrianza to 67, and that's for the Twins. It's a nice hit for Twins. I like those. I like these cards that are numbered under 100. Even if you don't get a jersey, these are still kind of feel-good cards. I did pull I think it was Sean Murphy 1 of 1 out of Pro Debut on top of the other 1 of 1s I pulled. And the Sean Murphy was out of the boxes I pulled for myself, so I still have that one. It's another one that, yet again, I haven't had time to do anything with it. There's scoreboard technology. That's not going to be any specific team. Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna have to look at that. I don't remember what that auto is. This break is running long. I'm not gonna stop and go look at it. But here's that Ohtani. Ohtani gets hot. Trevor Richards for the Marlins. Almost done with box 8. Almost. We're getting there. Been pretty lucky on no cards that seem to be showing any kind of damage or anything, at least for a little while here. Freddie Peralta, 150 stamp, and that's for the Brewers. can hear my poor dogs. They can't stand to be outside of a room that you're in if they know you're in there. I can hear their the jingle jangle of their little collars. At least one of them is out there jangling around. I think it's my grizzly bear. Chrissy Mathewson for the Giants. Otani gets shot. Right. Yep, that's what it looks like. The font's a little close. Dean Dietz for the Astros, 35th anniversary. Seen enough of that Jace Fry card to know for sure that's not a short print. There's a hit. Anthony Rizzo. I know someone said Rizzo. All right, who said Rizzo? Who am I sending packs to? There's a Rizzo jersey for the Cubs. I know I have to send someone some packs. Who did it? Was it you, Jacob? Did you say Rizzo? For real? That would be hilarious. Was that you, Michael? Did you say Rizzo? I mean, I'm going to go back and chat and make sure. But I know someone said it. I know I owe someone either a jersey or some packs or something. So, congrats to the Cubs for the Rizzo, and congrats to whoever guessed that. Whoever it was, speak up so I don't have to go digging through 3 hours of chat, please, later on in the night. That'll keep me up all night. I'll never get some sleep. Ken Griffey Jr. for the Mariners, All-Star. I saw today someone in that break group has a... oh, that was you, Michael? All right. Well, you're doing all right today. You got, so far, the only autograph out of the whole case. Even though it... and the ding on it is maybe not even something to even think about. It's just, I get a little... I know that's not a variation. I get a little extra critical of stuff, so I want to set it aside. But you did pretty good so far with the Mets and everything. Giancarlo Stanton for the New York. 150 stamp. Yeah, so that's going to be good for you, Michael. You're going to get some decent cards. Man, that powerful pair. I really hope whoever has the Yankees isn't hoping to get a whole lot of these in really pristine condition, because they're not. They are not. That one's dinged. The Joe Morgan's in good shape for the Astros. Now my dog's going to start barking because he knows I'm in here. My wife's going to love that because she'll wake up if she's asleep right now. We have Raisel Iglesias for the Reds, 150. Okay, I'm not going to I'm not going to stack them that high either. There's enough room now, I think. Since we're on box 10. So, Michael, this is the way this works before I forget. Since you bought a break spot on eBay, probably one of the easier ways for me to keep track is if you throw me a message on eBay. If you're on Twitter, that's fine too, but eBay is just really easy because I know it's you and we're already communicating on eBay. It's easy to find me. So if you can, send me a little reminder that you guessed Rizzo, and then I'll remember to send you something. I'll probably actually respond and ask you what you want a little later. So if you could do that little step for me, that will help me with the process for sure. I wonder if Topps could actually tell, like if I sent them a pack, if there was a damaged card and I sent them a pack that the damage card did not come out of. I wonder if they can actually tell that. There's a Kevin Kiermaier for Tampa Bay, gold to 2019. I mean, that would be wild if they could figure out this one pack actually had this. But these packs aren't serial numbered, so I doubt it. I could put any pack in there and it'd be fine. Taylor Ward, 84 design. It's kind of funny. On YouTube, I subscribe to a whole bunch of other breakers. And so I get notifications when they're doing breaks. So on release day, like yesterday, was just insane. And today's not that much better. But it's just insane with all the... there's a Rangers Stadium card, and then this looks like a short print. Nick Martini. Just double check. It is. For the A's, we got a short print of Nick Martini. But it's just interesting that like my phone will blow up on release days because everyone's doing most of their breaks on release days. And then I still get blown up a little bit on other days. We're doing all right on short prints. Not too bad. It feels like a handful of teams are each getting a short print, which is good. I think some people might be able to pay for their break with the short print. Here's Giancarlo for New York Yankees. That's interesting. So there's a Nick Martini not short print, if you were curious, the difference. Anyway, that's Yankees 2019. I subscribe and follow really closely a couple of people. There's one guy who is pretty good about showing on the break, and I need to do that. I'll do it at the end, perhaps. I meant to do it at the beginning, but then my computer crashed and I didn't have time. But he shows the no purchase necessary info on the boxes he opens. There's the greatest players, Billy Williams for the Cubs. And then, there's other people that just like do good breaks that I like to watch. A lot of times I'll just go search for a break, though. So that's I thought it was gonna be like a case hit or something. It's just an iconic Ty Cobb for Detroit. Detroit Americans. Trash can's getting full. Gary V's Entrepreneurs, Chris Iannetta for the Rockies. This 2-hour break is a 3-hour break. Thanks for hanging out, by the way. It's always better when there's stuff going on in chat. The San Diego Padres 150 stamp. Kyle Gibson. I thought it said Kirk Gibson for a second there. I was going to get excited. And then I saw his face. I'm like, oh, that's definitely not him. Stephen Gonsalves. I think I have a material auto. I think I have an RPA of him. Number to 5. I have to go look at that. Once again, that's Twins. Once again, cards I don't have time to go and sell. I'll get around to them eventually. It's part of the reason I have these 2 boxes and I'm giving away all the cards on Twitter because I just frankly have too many cards here. I know that's not a short print. That's not a short print. Ooh, Eloy to gold. Eloy gold. I have this Eloy gold actually. There's a couple of good gold cards. For the White Sox, it's again for Michael. It's a 2019 for the Eloy. Roger Clemens for the Red Sox. This is a Sox pack. And that Roger Clemens is going to be numbered 38 out of 50. So congrats, Red Sox. That's a good hit. Was it Clemens? Did we pull a Clemens jersey also? I think it was a Clemens jersey that we pulled a minute ago. Yeah, Jacob, I'm on the same page with you. Rizzo, Nola. Oh, we'll get in the recap. We'll see in the recap. Hey, welcome back, some people. Looks like a couple of people came back. We're getting close. We got 2 boxes left after this. We're trying to get through them quickly. There's a super short print. First, we have the Mike Trout for the Angels, All-Star. And then we've got a super short print. I believe it's supposed to be a super short print of Rogers Hornsby for the St. Louis Cardinals. That's a cool hit. I mean, it's not an old Rogers Hornsby card, but still pretty cool. Yeah, that is an SSP. It's numbered 032 on the back. Rogers Hornsby. Congrats, Cardinals. No one guessed Rogers Hornsby, I'm pretty sure of that. I think we only have one hit that was guessed so far, and that's yours, Michael, the one you guessed. I think that was the only, so far, clairvoyant guess. Steel City Slammers, 150 stamp for the Pirates. Oh, that's cool. Ernie Banks for the Cubs. Cubbies card. And then, hold on. Where was that? I know that's not a short print. That's the one I'm looking at. I don't think it's a short print. I always stop and look, and it's not. It's not. Not a short print. Oh, sweet. I have a ton of Ohtani cards. I don't do fantasy baseball. I would win because I don't know what I'm doing, and that's the people who usually win. They get lucky. There's Ohtani. We got Miguel Andujar, and this is a 150, so it's a jersey numbered to 150. 92 out of 150 for the New York Yankees. Congrats, Yankees, on another hit. I should be watching the games more, but I never have any free time. As it is, I still have to look through all my numbers on my breaks and see. I don't even know if I'm losing money or making money or real close or what. I think I'm somewhere in between. Dale Murphy for the Braves. Nice throwback. What is that, 81, I think? Dave Winfield for the Yankees. Garrett Cole, that might have been the one I got a short print of. I just don't remember now. There's a Jake Marisnick, 150 stamped. There's a Gary Carter. Maybe it was Gary Carter that I got a medallion earlier today in my box. Anyway, there's I believe that's going to be a super short print. No. I mean, it's 031, so if you believe the checklist that I linked to, the short print guide, then it's not a super short print, just a regular short print. Gary Carter. I don't know why, when I looked at the checklist, I thought it was all the old-timers were, all the veterans were super short prints, but maybe not. That's for the Mets. Mets again. Mets hit again. Michael, you're doing all right. We get a up high, down low gold. I think that's a second gold one of that card, maybe. And then Andahar Home Run Challenge. We got some foil. Chris Davis foil for the Orioles. Freddie Freeman All-Star for the Braves. Even if there's not a lot of like true hits, there's a lot of decent cards that Carey's getting out of this too. Steve Cishek, I think that is. I don't know. For the Cubs, foil. And then greatest player is Eddie Murray. My bad. Whoa, it's like 3 hours already. It's insane. George Brett, blue variation, greatest seasons. Base. There's a Evolution Kaminsky for the White Sox. It's funny if I try to steal people's cards. I know like there's some shady breakers that do shit like that. You'd never know because I never have time to sell them. They would sit in a box. It would be worthless. Worthless to me anyway. Miami Marlins. I mean, that's not why I wouldn't do that. But it's just kind of funny. I've seen some really weird stuff like some guys that'll open up a pack and then it'll seem like it didn't open right, and then they'll be like doing some weird shit like that, like trying to hide the pack. And then, there's no hit in it. And then suddenly on eBay, they've got like a $400 card on eBay. Charlie Blackmon for the Rockies. I don't know how people that do stuff like that, I don't know how they sleep at night. That's insane. I don't know how you could like feel good about it. Get up in the morning and feel rested. Kind of like, so there was a guy, and I'm not going to call him super shady. I'm not going to say his name. He was in a couple of my breaks before. He was in at least one that he paid for. I mentioned this when I was doing my personal box. This guy bought into one of my breaks for like over $100. One of them he paid for. The cheapest one he's won so far he paid for. But one of them he won is over $100. And I mean, that's like, I'm paying a lot of money for the cases. I got to make my money back. So like $100, that's a big deal, right? I got to collect the money and then send you your cards. Well, this guy he paid by e-check. Oh, jeez. Come on, man. Why are these damaged? These are all bent up. Like this one's... That can't get bent like that after it was packaged. You can't see it on the camera, but it's upsetting. It's really bent up, that card. I mean, they're just base cards, but it's really bent up. Like, if I sent someone that card, they're going to be mad. Ken Griffey Jr.'s ding for Seattle. Bryce Harper's got a tiny ding. This whole pack is going in. Well... This whole pack's going back in the wrapper. Then I'll have to figure out, because if anyone wants these sent in, I'm probably going to have to send them all myself and then individually send cards out to people. But anyway, so this guy won the auction, pays by e-check. I'm like, all right, well, I mean, hopefully that e-check cashes So I give it the benefit of the doubt. Guy's not going to pay with an e-check and then whatever. So, of course, the e-check never comes through. The break's done. There's no big hits for his team. Chris Archer for the Pirates, gold. And Sean Armstrong, foil for Seattle. So, I give the guy the benefit of the doubt. I do the break. I don't resell his team to anyone. I just do the break, and then the break's over. There's no hits that justify paying $100 and something for it. So the e-check doesn't go through. It's like a really shady thing to do, right? Like when you do that, you're taking money out of my pocket, literally. It's not like I'm making a lot of money on these things. Cincinnati Reds, gold. So I'm like, whatever, I blocked the guy. I contact him first. Anthony Rizzo for the Cubs home run challenge. I contact him first because I'm like, all right, well, I'll give him a chance to pay for his thing, right? Of course, you can't leave negative feedback on eBay if you're a seller. There's no protection for sellers on eBay in that way. It's one reason I don't like doing it on eBay. But so I try and work with the guy. I get no response at all, nothing. Just dead silence. Miles Straw, black, that's going to be to like $2.99 or something. Yeah, $2.99. 113 out of 299 for the Astros. Daniel De Los Santos for the Phillies. So I reach out and I try and work with the guy. And I get nothing. I'm polite about it. I get nothing back. I'm a little bit more stern, like, hey, you bought it. You need to pay for it, guy. Whether you like the cards or not. And I still get nothing. So, of course, I have file a non-paying bidder. Mookie Betts for the Red Sox. Statistics card. And then I kind of move on, right? So now I've got these cards that are not worth $100 and I'm out the $100. Whatever. And so I'm moving on. I don't worry about it. Not thinking about it anymore like it's in the past. Then today I get payment for one of my teams via e-check. There's a face of the franchise for San Diego, Myers, Gwynn, and Winfield. I like those face of the franchise cards. And so anyway, it's a different eBay user with a different name. You know, when you have sales on eBay, it says the person's name too, as well as their eBay username. So it's a completely different name, right? Got to be a different guy. 150 stamp, Fernando Tatis Jr. So I reach out and I'm like, hey, I can't accept e-check. I got burned on that by a guy before. So I need to make sure that you're going to make a payment before the break happens tonight. I sent him that email this morning on eBay. There's one. You can tell by the throwback, even if you're not looking at the name or the picture, the throwback logo. The old players, if the logo is different, they use the throwback logo on it. So there's another short print. And then we have Jake Cave for the Twins, 84 design. So I email the guy and I'm like, hey, I'm going to resell your team at the time of the break if I don't have payment before then. This one's just regular short print. For Seattle, another Seattle short print. So then I'm looking around. I'm a curious guy, so I start looking at the old one I did. And it's a different username, but the shipping name and address are the exact same guy. This guy, it looks like his MO is to go and buy a bunch of stuff on eBay. And then get a bunch of good feedback for buying stuff. And then he'll sell a couple things and get some good feedback. He'll get like 50 to 80 feedback, right? So he looks trustworthy, and I almost trusted this guy. Yeah, it totally sounds shady. Bryce Wilson for the Braves. I almost trusted this guy before I went back and researched and realized it's the same guy. I almost got bitten twice. But so what he's doing, his name's Troy. His name's Troy. Anyway, You know what? I am going to say his name because he's shady as shit. His name's Troy Miller. And so he it looks like what he's doing. I can't guarantee it, but I'm pretty sure from what I've seen, it looks like he builds up his feedback. There's a Peter O'Brien from Miami. 150 stamp. So it looks like he builds up his feedback just enough to be trusted. And then, in the meantime, he's picking up cards and selling a couple cards. And then once he has a trusted enough feedback, once he's got like 50 or 80 feedback, then he goes and joins in these breaks. And there's a McCovey, iconic. Then he goes and joins into these breaks. And, see, I had a feeling about that one too. That's too. It's card looks normal, but it's to 150. It's just 150 stamped. 23 out of 150 for the Reds. So he buys into these breaks, and then I think he buys into a handful at a time before his account can get closed. And pays with e-check. And then I think he actually pays for the ones where he gets good hits. But if he doesn't get good hits in the break, like he'll go watch the break. And if he doesn't get good hits, I'm pretty sure this is what he's doing. He watches the break, and if there's no good hits, there we go. Then he just doesn't pay. He just lets the e-check fail. And then, a week later his account's gone and he just sets up another one. All right, so we have our second auto, finally, of the case. But before that, we have Randy Johnson for the Mariners. I always forget he played for the Mariners, from Gary V card. So this is for the Cardinals, Daniel Ponce de Leon, Legacy of Baseball card. And this is numbered, it's a bookend, number 1 out of 50 for the Cardinals. It's a nice auto. Troy Miller, that's his name. I don't know why I'm like, I won't say his name. He deserves his name to be said, I guess, because it is pretty shady. If he's not doing that, then he needs to change how he's using eBay, because it looks super shady, but I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. I'd bet money on it. Anyway, congrats to the Cardinals on that Daniel Ponce de Leon. So I messaged the guy back. First I canceled his bid. Said it's not available anymore for his team. Kerry got his team. I'd much rather have that. And I trust her. I haven't looked to see if she paid, but I trust it. This guy knew he wasn't going to pay. I knew his e-check wouldn't clear. Aaron Alter, gold for Phillies. So, in fact, if his e-check does clear, then I'm going to have to issue a refund to him, I guess. But for now, I just marked it as, I canceled it and marked it as not available anymore. And if his e-check clears, I might make him come after me for the money. Or at least ask me for it. Greatest moments, Derek Jeter. I'll give it to him, though. Anyway. So, I canceled his stuff, and then I looked at his account, and I can't be 100% sure, but I think he's actually got a couple, 2 or 3 other accounts that he has that he might be either shill bidding some of his accounts with those other accounts. Can't guarantee that. It just looks a little shady. Or I think his email is like all cards something. There's Chris Archer foil for Pirates. So I think he's either doing that with some extra accounts, or I think the extra accounts he might be doing a thing where, like, there's a guy whose name I didn't even know at a Bowman, auto numbered at 25, that he sold for $525 or something like that. And I'm like, I don't even know who this guy is, and you sold that for $500. I think there might be a deal where he's selling cards, like fake selling them to his other accounts. There's Cal Ripken Jr. for the Orioles. And then just reselling that card again later. with the idea that, oh, look, this card sold before for $500. So I'll definitely pay $400 for it. Maybe I can flip it. I think he might be doing that. Like I said, I don't know for sure. I don't want to totally like slander the guy if he's not doing that, but I'm like 99.9% certain that's what he's doing with the auctions and the e-checks anyway. Jared Dyson for the Diamondbacks again. Yeah, it's super shady. That's why the Braves were available, Kerry. Because that guy tried to pay with e-check again, and I looked up my history, and I'm like, no, this is the same guy who burned me before. Roberto Clemente, iconic for Pirates. I don't know why I had to look at it. I know that's Pirates. Daniel, do you have the D-backs? Welcome to the break. There's Brian Shaw, gold for the Rockies, 2019. Yeah, Kerry, I just like, there was no way I was going to let that guy keep that team. That was the team he had in the other break too, but it was $102 that he had the winning bid on the Braves, and then stiffed me on the payment after he didn't get cards he wanted. Never taking e-check again. If you get in any of my breaks, you got to know up front right now that e-check will not be accepted. I will resell your team. Dale Murphy for the Braves. I hate to be like that. I like to trust people, but not after I get burned. Daniel, if you're the D-backs, correct me if I'm wrong. Did you find the break through the Twitter contest? There's a Gary V's Jose Ramirez for the Indians. Because if so, my question is, have you landed a hit on the Twitter contest? I have a lot of cards left. I love that New York Mets stadium card. Jackie Robinson for the Brooklyn Dodgers. And then Eduardo Escobar. That has a 2 at the end, but it's a 962. Well, welcome to your first break with us. I hope you like the cards you end up with, and you enjoy the experience as well. Sometimes the experience is worth it too. Jeremy Jeffress, and we have our first, I think that's a Father's Day blue. That's so there's Brewers. For San Diego, we've got Will Myers. That's going to be numbered to 50, 22 out of 50, Will Myers. Guess what I have to do with it, guys? I mean, it's barely noticeable, but it's still, if I send this to someone and they say, why does this have a bent corner, then at least I am prepared to help them return it for a replacement. So, put it in the box. I got a lot of emails to send out tonight. Tomorrow, maybe. That's unfortunate. Good, I'm glad you're liking it. I need to, you guys maybe can give me ideas. I need to have some better things that I can, or more things that I can do as part of the break to give people chances to win packs and stuff. Because I have 1,200 packs, and I want to give some away. Don Mattingly for the Yankees again. They're not all great packs, but I have 1,200 packs, and I want to give some out. So I would love to do that. And I need to figure out something, especially during the, I think the next break we're doing is the bats. No, I know it is, because I'll probably have them in a couple of days. The mailman, the UPS guy, probably has already found someone to put a hex on me at this point with all the packages. Man, those football cards that I have on eBay are just... I think they're going to pull in $1,000 this week. Anyway, the UPS guy is probably going to hate me because this box was like 45 pounds for these 2 cases. And then the bats probably won't be as heavy, but it's going to be a bulky delivery. Hopefully I'll get those Saturday. I think they'll probably show up Saturday or something. Luke Voigt. I got an auto of him out of Finest. I think it was out of Finest. No, I don't remember. Anyway, Luke Voigt gold to 2019 for New York Yankees. Daniel, have you done other breaks? Is this your first break period or just the first with me? There's a Fultonowitz for the Braves to gold to 2019. Bregman home run challenge for Houston. I hate to do it. I'm holding these two. If one card is bent enough that someone's going to complain about it, I'm just going to hold on to it. In reality, like I said, what I'm probably going to end up getting tomorrow is 15 messages from spot holders that say, I don't care about that base card. It's fine if it has a little ding on it. But again, that's not my decision. I'm going to leave that to those people. Justice Sheffield for the Mariners. I hate to see that. That's horrible that these cards, I think they just move around too much in the box or something. Like I said, there was a lot of weight to them too, so sliding around with that weight, they get dinged a little. There's a nice Ryan Sandberg blue Cubs All-Star. It's pretty cool. And then Gary V's Derek Jeter for New York Yankees. So here's a question. I know this is a trend that's happening more and more now where it seems like people don't ship base. Did you know about that before you did the break? Because I promise you, half the people in this break didn't read the full description of my break. Because I get questions all the time. The answer's in the description. So if people put in the description, it may not be obvious. There's Dizzy Dean for the Cardinals. And then to 67, Brandon Workman for the Red Sox. Red Sox are doing all right, too. I'm always curious when someone didn't get their base and they kind of expected it. Because it sucks. Especially for people who actually want the base. I want the base, right? I almost always ask for the base. There's been a couple of times, especially lately, because I have way too much. I have a whole 5,000 count box of stuff that I have not put into my Beckett database or sorted even. So now I'm a little bit more lenient about whether or not I really want my base, but I know a lot of people do, and it's like you should give people a chance to have their base or not have it. Jose Altuve for the Astros. Although I will be honest, I have a pricing incentive on my website and on the listings that you probably saw, that you can get a discount on shipping if you don't want your base, because it's cheaper for me to ship. It's less packing materials for me to ship. I don't have to use my bubble wrap if you don't want your base. It's just easier all around for me. So I see why people do it, but they should also give people the option. For the Rangers, we have Ronald Odor. I always get that one wrong. Pablo Sandoval, 150. I love that photo for San Francisco. Yeah, I bet. I know it's unfortunate. There are some people who get burned on breaks. Like they do their first break and they get one of those people that like tries to hide cards or BS like that, or they have a breaker that just keeps the base and doesn't have a whole lot of upfront communication about it. Steven Duggar for the Giants. And it's unfortunate, like you said, you stayed away from breaks for 2 years. And even if that wasn't the only reason, it was a factor. Oh my gosh, you guys. Don't let me forget. If someone sees me say I'm done with the break, no, I'm going to put them right here so I don't forget. Silver packs. Man, I almost... Ooh, what is that? I almost glazed over the silver packs. Guys, there's a hit. This is much lighter than it looks. Oh my gosh. It's paperweight. Paper light compared to how it looks. It's a good looking Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers. See if I can get that to focus a little bit on that. There we go. Clayton Kershaw, Dodgers. Logo. I forget what this card is called specifically, but it's also numbered to 150. It's the silhouetted logo batter logo patch. I don't know what the odds are on that card, but that's a nice card. On the really thick cards, I try and give a little slice. I've mentioned this before because then I can put that corner in and this corner won't catch when I put the rest of the card in. It's unnerving when I get a thick card like that and I've got a soft corner, a little bit of it's peeled up a little because of how they put it in there. Anyway, that's nice hit, Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers. It's pretty cool. Seems like that's going to be the last hit of the case, other than these silver packs might have something in them. So, but yeah, as I was saying, that's just it's a little unnerving when people do that and like you turn someone off from breaks for a while. I don't know if there's something in that one. You turn someone off from breaks for a while, and it's like, meanwhile, the rest of us are trying to do. I feel like, and I've gotten the feedback to support it. I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job of looking out for the people who send me their money for these breaks. There's Mike Trout, throwback rookie. So it's a disservice to the rest of us breakers, and then of course more so to the people who paid their money for the break. And hopefully, eventually those guys will just go away, right? If there's enough of us breakers to make sure that maybe we'll thin the crowd enough that those guys will have no choice but to go away or do better. There's Detroit Tigers Stadium. I used to drive by that every day. But now I work from home, so I don't have to. I don't really have an opinion about the Dodgers. Or honestly about Kershaw. I haven't really paid much of attention to his playing. It's funny, as much as I do with breaks and stuff, I don't have time to watch the games or really follow too much. There's a Camargo, I always say that wrong, 150 for Atlanta. Another card for Kerry, and not for that other guy, Christy Mathewson for the Giants. Topps, what is going on? Look at this card. So I don't know if you can even tell in the light. This top card here, you probably can't tell it. It has a big crease on it. Taylor Ward for the Angels. Pat Neshek, he sent me back some autos. He collects through the mail autos. So I sent him some stuff, and he sent me some stuff. Mark McGwire. Athletics, that card is not damaged, so I don't have to keep it with the pack. Doesn't look like it. I'd be critical of every card now and make sure. There's a Brock Holt backwards. Why are you backwards, Brock Holt? There's Eloy, also not damaged. It looks like it might just be the top card. But now I got to ask someone about that. I'm going to have to figure out all the cards and then figure out to individually tell people, okay, these 2 cards have separate packs, got damaged. And hey, Roger, welcome. Don't feel bad about it. You catching the tail end, so perfect timing to catch the recap, actually. I will say, though, I don't know what teams you have, but there are some cards in here they've got some damage. Like some of them have a big crease. There's one or two that have a big crease across the corner. Most are base cards. But I'm setting them all aside so I can contact people and see if you care or you want to do anything about it. Josh James, gold for Houston. Hey, remind me, Roger, what team did you have? Looks like you have the Cardinals, so I think you have the last auto. Here, if you just sign in, I'll show you. I won't make you wait for a few minutes to see your auto. I don't remember if you had some other hits, but if I'm reading that right, it's really, really small on my screen, but if I'm reading right, that's your hit for the Cardinals, Roger. Oh, you're going to start from the beginning? That's cool. Then maybe don't look because I just gave you a spoiler. Stephen Brault. I don't even know that name for Pirates. Hey, Roger, I don't know how old your son is. I haven't dropped any F-bombs, but I did say a couple other questionable words. Maybe not too horrible. But heads up if you're watching from the beginning. Brewers, Lorenzo Cain statistics. Cardinals, Angels. Yeah, I thought you had Cardinals. I thought you had a couple, 2 or 3 teams. And Marlins. Got it. Whitey Ford. It's a cool icon card. For who's Whitey Ford going to be? Looks like that's going to be the Yankees, right? Yeah, I know, Roger. I just, if there's a kid watching, I want to throw that out there just so you don't have surprises. They're not that. I don't think I said anything too horrible. I try to be decent about it. So that Will Myers looks definitely like it's going to be a short print. Let's double check it. Why don't you come along on this journey with me while I check? It is. That's a short print for the Padres. So congrats, Padres, on a short print. Let's put that away. We have about 6 packs left before we get to the silver packs, and then we're going to open all those silver packs up. And I think there's, if I recall from Series 1, there is a chance of autographs, but I wouldn't hold your breath in the silver packs. But there's definitely a possibility of some good color and stuff in there too, so that'll be fun to go through. Reese McGuire, non-variation. Josh James. Sean Reed-Foley for the Blue Jays, 84 design. 11's a great time to start collecting. I think that's when I started collecting. Back in the 80s, if that tells you anything. Victor Reyes. There's a gold, not a gold, I lied. Nick Martini, 84 design. Hey, what was I going to say? We're going to finish these, and then we're going to go through the silver packs, which are actually blue. And then we'll do a recap right after. There's Giolito, Lucas Giolito for the White Sox, 150. 3 packs left. Hey, thanks for tuning in and saying hello, Roger. You at least got 1 hit, and I don't remember which other cards. I think you had some other good cards. So there's a Tim Hill 150 for the Royals. Oh, okay, here we go again. Whoever has Houston. There's another card I would like to have. I could pick it up on eBay for a couple bucks, but it'd be easier if I just trade you for it. And then there's a Vladdy short print. Which we will sleeve up. Something like a Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I would at least penny sleeve anyway. Even if it wasn't short print, you know. Like the Otanis, they're probably going to end up in penny sleeves before I send them out. It's what I would do if I was putting it in my collection box. So I would definitely want to do it before I put it in the mail, where I pack them pretty well, but still, a little extra protection never hurts. Fernando Tatis Jr. Here we have a 73 throwback design of Roberto Clemente for the Pirates. And there's a Bryce Harper, which I believe is not a variation. No, I know what the variation. No, I'm thinking of Trout. Never mind. Anyway, so that's it for the case. Other than these silver packs, Series 1, I set the silver packs aside out of the way, and I completely forgot about them. And then I had to do a second video to open the silver packs, and I felt kind of bad about it. Not super bad, because I still open them, and the people watching the break live apparently didn't even notice, or they would have said something. But I eventually got them open. So we have Kyle Tucker for the Astros, Steven Duggar for the Giants. These all have the Mojo design, right? Roberto Alomar for the Blue Jays. Cardinals, Daniel Ponce de Leon. And in the back is this exciting card that tells you about Baseball Card Day, National Baseball Card Day. So Roger, when you're watching this, take your kid out to the LCS, local card shop, and make sure he gets a free pack of cards. Anyway, I don't believe any of these are variations or numbered or anything. I think they'll be pretty clear. So that's pack 1. We have 12 packs of these in here. 1 pack per box in the case. And I heard a rumor that they were going to be in the boxes, but apparently they were not. Roberto Clemente for the Pirates. Checking on the veteran one. Michael Kopech for the White Sox. Wade Boggs for the Red Sox. There's some color. There we go. Clayton Kershaw again for the Dodgers in green, which is going to be to 99. 55 out of 99. All of these are going to be sleeved. This one actually is going to need a 75. I'll just sleeve it now, since I'm going to put it in a 75. That's a 130. Do I not have 75s? Okay, I'll do it later. I didn't expect to need any 75s. That'll need one, though, I think. It's good to see some color in those silver packs. Oh, I know we're right close to the end, but I use these cough drops because I yammer on all night. And cough drop helps my sore throat after talking your ear off all night long. You know what I'm going to say. Nolan Ryan, Astros. Bryce Harper for the Phillies. Max Scherzer for the Nationals. And Kevin Newman for the Pirates. How many packs in are we? It's 4 cards. I think we're 3, right? 1, 2, 3. I counted them out before, but I just want to make sure, like, if I miscounted and there's only 11 there, I gotta go grab another pack from my other case. Or, well, it would technically, I guess, be from this one. Miguel Andujar for the Yankees. Robin Yount for the Brewers. Albert Pujols, and we got some more color. Pujols for the Angels, and our color is Tony Gwynn for the Padres. Blue to 150. Tony Gwynn. Like I said, these are all going to get penny sleeves anyway, but I'll just do that one now. I think this is the most people we've had still watching at the end of a break. Goldschmidt for the Cardinals. Dakota Hudson for the Cardinals. Chris Davis for the Athletics. And Willens Astudillo. I pulled a auto to 25 of Willens Astudillo in the It's a 84 design, red, number to 25 autograph from my personal boxes. If someone's interested in that. DJ Stewart for the Orioles. Ken Griffey Jr. for the Mariners. If someone's looking for Ken Griffey Jr. stuff, in the break club there's a guy he doesn't know how to price it yet, but it's numbered to 6. And it looks like a big piece of sweatband. It's like a big piece of Ken Griffey Jr. Adrian Beltre for the Rangers, and then Loisiga for the Yankees. I may go to my deathbed not knowing if I pronounce that guy's name right. George Brett for the Royals. Ernie Banks for the Cubs. I like that Ernie Banks. It's a beautiful card. Anthony Rizzo. Here we go. Chipper Jones. To 199. Chipper Jones, black. For the Braves. It's for Kerry. I don't know if you're still watching, Kerry. If it's past my bedtime. I don't know if it's past your bedtime, but nice Braves card for you. Joey Votto for the Reds. Chris Sale for the Red Sox. Nick Martini for the Athletics. We pulled a variation of him earlier. And we got purple for the Giants, numbered to 75, Steven Duggar in purple. Do like those designs. Let's put that in a sleeve. Any of these in color will get top loaders before they go in the mail. Oh, we lost one of our watchers. Now we're going to pull a 1-1 auto. Blue Jays, Rowdy Tellez. Twins, Cole Stewart. Josh James for the Astros. Yusei Kikuchi for the Mariners. The second team that was picked up at the last second right before the break. What happened with that one? Oh, that one, the guy won the team, and then he wasn't a user anymore when it was time to pay. Just random. So, obviously I couldn't give him the cards. Cody Bellinger for the Dodgers, Colby Allard for the Braves, Robinson Cano for the Mets, and Nolan Arenado for the Rockies. 2 packs, 2 left. And then we'll burn through a recap real quick. There's a lot of cards, though. Kyle Tucker for the Astros, Steven Duggar for the Giants, Roberto Alomar for the Blue Jays. I'm holding off camera, sorry. The color is green. Roberto Alomar for the Blue Jays. And that is green is to 99. It's number 2 out of 99. Almost a bookend. Not quite. I think I heard that bookend the first time I heard someone say that was just recently. Goldschmidt is a Cardinal. Yeah. You know what, Daniel? It's weird. I did a break of what was it? It might have been Finest. I think it was a case break of not Finest. I think it was. Why can't I think of the name of the other shiny ones from Panini? Prism. I think the case break of Prism, nobody bought the Diamondbacks. So they ended up being my team. I think I pulled like 6 or 8 autos for Diamondbacks. It was sad. Chris Davis for Athletics. I felt kind of bad about it. Willens Astudillo for the Twins. DJ Stewart, Orioles. And we have purple Kikuchi for the Mariners. Mariners did all right for, what was it, like a $20 team pickup at the very end. So I'm not going to recap those. We just did those. And I'm not going to recap all these numbered cards. I will set them aside for sleeving, though. We have this Evolution card that is numbered to 299. I will figure out a way to random that or something. This break is way long. If anyone complains that they didn't see the random, I'll share the video. I'll do a video or something of it. And figure that out. For now, let's get through these. We're going to count these, so I'm going to set these aside. I want to see how rare these really are, because I know we pulled 4 or 5 at least. Vladdy Guerrero Jr., not numbered as a short print, but said to be one. Will Myers, San Diego. That is a short print. We got this guy, Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers. I'm going to push this down a little bit. Okay. For the Dodgers, the Clayton Kershaw, the logo. That's the only one we hit out of the whole case. In black, we got Brandon Workman. The black ones are numbered to 67. That's for the Red Sox. And we got, this is our only Legacy of Baseball auto, and only the second autograph out of the box, out of the case, I should say, for Cardinals. Then Edgar Martinez. There's a veteran throwback logo short print. Gary Carter short print for the Mets. And that was, again, another Mariners hit. Mariners did pretty well for the price. Miguel Andujar for the Yankees. Jersey numbered to 150. Rogers Hornsby short print. We got a gold Roger Clemens numbered to 50. All-Star. And then we got Nick Martini short print. There's another jersey, Anthony Rizzo. That one is not numbered for the Cubs. Ahir Adrianza. Sorry, Ahir, I messed up your name. For the Twins. So the Twins got a hit, numbered to 67. So there's 2 of those so far. There's the second Vladdy Jr. Possible short print. Cody Reed, red. I think might be the only one we got of that. Those are numbered 76 for the Reds. Aaron Nola, 84 design jersey for the Phillies. Another short print, Kyle Freeland. Sorry, not short print. This is a flip stock, Kyle Freeland, numbered to 99. So I think we have 2 flip stocks out of the case. Gary Sanchez, short print. Juan Soto, 84 design jersey for the Nationals. The Gary Sanchez was for the Yankees. There's a third Vladdy for the Blue Jays. Ricky Henderson medallion for the Oakland Athletics. Put that with that one. There's another short print, Andrew Benintendi for Red Sox. Mariners again, Felix Hernandez, short print. Chris Sale, Red Sox again. This one's to 67. Another jersey. This one's for Miguel Sano for the Twins. The Twins hit. And here's the last of the stack. Willie Stargell, short print for the Pirates. Vladdy again. You know what those look like. Chipper Jones, maxing and relaxing on the couch. It's hilarious. I love that. I love that card. That's great. That's going to Carrie. She got the Braves last minute. Short print for Carrie. Alex Bregman, red to 50, right? Yeah, 40 out of 50 for Houston Astros. If you're Astros and you're just watching the recap, like 3 times I came across a Nolan Ryan and said I want to figure out a trade with you. So anyway, that's the red variation. We got a gold Alex Cobb. Those are to 25. This is a bookend 25 out of 25. Put that over there. Kyle Gibson for the Twins, red variation. Dave Winfield, short print for New York Yankees. Roger Clemens, that's the Roger Clemens that we pulled. So I was right. Yeah, we pulled. They were both the All-Star, actually. We got the All-Star to 50 and the jersey All-Star for Roger Clemens. Not bad. Red Sox did pretty well. And then we've got Victor Robles for the Nationals, short print. Yours Familia, not short print. This is a flip stock for the Mets. JD Martinez for the Red Sox. Again, Red Sox. And Paul Goldschmidt for the Cardinals. Sorry, it's not the Diamondbacks. And then we had one more hit that I actually set aside because it might have a tiny bit of damage on it. And I just want to be 100% before I ship these out. I'll take some really close-up photos. This was our other autograph. This is for the Mets for Michael. So Michael did all right too. Steven Matz, gold /50, numbered 18 out of 50. I think Panini, with the numbered ones, they actually just print and stamp another one, and then they will ship it to you, and they destroy the original. So they so that there's still like a number 18 of 50 out there, but it's in pristine condition when you get it. I don't know how Topps handles it, but we might figure that out with some of the cards. I think most of the ones that showed any sign of damage were base cards, and so that might not be a problem for the people that get those cards. They may not care. We have one more thing to look at before we finish it up, and of course I'm going to throw out a reminder. Last chance while I'm cleaning up here. If you go to the store online, that code at the bottom here in green that says coupon code, birthday break, if you type that in, no spaces, as a coupon code on the website that's listed at the very top of the screen, Card Warehouse. Before I take that, if you get it before I take the coupon code down, you'll get 10% off anything in the store, any amount, no matter how much you buy. So we have a Topps Finest half case that's still filling up, I think. I haven't gone and looked. Last I looked, we still had boxes of Topps Finest and Topps Series 2 and one box left of Topps Pro Debut. I'm looking behind me. That's where I store them. And then we'll have some upcoming breaks as well, but they're not up there yet to buy. But use the coupon code before I get all this stuff cleaned up, because I'm going to do this first, and then I'll take the coupon code down tonight, or if I don't get it to it tonight, I'll do it tomorrow morning. So just make your purchases before then. And we'll see you guys. Watch out on Twitter in the next day or so for information about the next break, which is going to be 2019 Leaf Signature Bats, full-size bats, signed by a lot of Hall of Famers. And I haven't seen a full checklist yet, so maybe some not Hall of Famers. I'm not sure. But we'll do a break. I have 3 cases of those, so 12 bats total. We'll probably do a single break with all 12 bats is my goal. So look for that soon. And I will catch you guys later. Thanks for those of you who stuck around through the whole break. I know it was far longer than I anticipated. Almost twice as long than I had hoped for, but we had a lot of cards with some damages, and I want to set some things aside, and it just took longer. So we'll catch you guys soon. Thanks for joining.